It is Monday, April 27th. It is time to get in the weeds. I'm Jeremy Lambert, and I'm the only one here today. The only one that comes to work on a Monday. I don't know where Joel is, running from the grind, I assume. I'm trying to find a layout that isn't just my entire face and screen, because I don't really like that. I'm not used to any of this. Why? All these, I could just be gone. Can people still hear me? Am I just a voice right now? Talking to everyone beyond the grave? Or am I not heard at all and you guys have no idea what's actually going on? Just a voice. All right, thank you. I'm just going to be a small box right here. I don't like being the entire screen. What if I'm just half a screen? Joel did not get released. We do not release people like that. His contract may have expired. He may have departed, and so he's just gone. We'll see. We'll see if he shows up. Running from the grind is what he typically does, you know? That's what Joel, he's always doing. How's everyone doing on this Monday? We made it through the weekend, allegedly. I watched no wrestling this weekend. I'm going to let everybody know that right off the bat. Absolutely no wrestling. I didn't care about wrestling this weekend. Not after Friday night. Completely took me out of everything. I did watch Collision. Friday night just took me out of everything, so I had no desire to watch any type of wrestling. SmackDown was on in the background. No idea what happened on that show. Can't possibly care to pretend what happened on that show. I did not watch Stardom. I did not watch New Japan. I apologize if you want to revoke my fan card. That's completely fine. Maybe I'll catch up on those shows, but not today. Maybe not tomorrow. Maybe this weekend. I'm wrestled out, everybody. Completely wrestled out. I watched a lot of sports this weekend. Much better stuff to watch. NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs. Much more valuable use of my time. Gotten some guts. By some, I meaning my wife. Hope everybody else gotten some guts, meaning your partner or whoever, you know. Whichever guts he got into. New Japan wasn't good. I should save my time. Well, all right. Fair enough. How's everybody doing on this Monday? We're going to pick up the energy a little bit. I do have a banner. There you go. Please do not report anything until it is announced. Please respect my announcements and do not report anything. Please wait until I officially announce it. All right? That's all I'm asking. I don't feel like I'm asking for much here. Just please wait until it is announced. Thank you. Also do have a poll question. I'm going to take Volub's suggestion. I did a poll question before the show. See how much I actually get done before when Joel is not here? I'm actually really on point with things. I do have a poll question. Volub suggested, where's this at here? He said, poll banner suggestion, what the dog doing? That's what I went with for the poll question. The poll question today is, what the dog doing? I did doing, not doing, sorry. There's your options, everybody. Is the dog being let out? Is the dog sipping on gin and juice? Is the dog acknowledging his tribal chief? Or is the dog solving mysteries? What is the dog doing? Those are all dog references for those who don't get it. Hopefully you do. Hopefully you're smart enough to understand which dog is being referred to in all of these poll questions here. If not, I can't help you. I like to think our viewership is smarter than that and they understand all of these references, but maybe we have some new viewers who are not quite as smart. If you're here, you're probably not that smart because this is not the show for smart people. Love all you guys. We ain't the smartest people around here. Certainly me. SP3, very smart. Joel, you know. all you guys, if you're here, you've probably lost a brain cell or two. Because why are you spending your morning listening to, for now, just me? Seems like a terrible use of your morning. But we appreciate everybody who is here. Wow, greater than Haro. I mean, if you're gonna, cheat on us, at least go to a better show. I mean, at least go to a better show than Busted Open. Dan Patrick's on right now. Go listen to him. Much better. Much better. Where is Joel? Running from the grind. That is where Joel is. If Joel is not here, the answer is always running from the grind. I got degrees, but I'm dumb as hell. Yeah, that sounds right, Louie. I love you, Louie, but that 100% sounds right with everything. We'll get into the main topic once Joel allegedly arrives. He said he was going to be here, don't know when, but we will see when he does arrive. We'll get into everything that happened on Friday night with the unfortunate news of the releases from WWE, or departures. I got to be correct, even though they were 100% releases, but, departures out here. That's actually very good. That's actually very good, Troy. Dog was bounty hunting. There's a lot of dogs, and, I only have 4 options, and those were the first 4 that jumped into my head. Was the Baha Men song, Snoop Dogg, the Big Dog, and Scooby. Those were the 4 that jumped into my head at first. So, but bounty hunting is a very good option. I could have gone with Nathan McKinnon. He is nicknamed affectionately the Dog, scoring goals. 2 goals yesterday to help the Avs sweep the Los Angeles Kings. I actually have a Nathan McKinnon jersey on. Let's get the 2-9 in there. Shout out to my guy, Micah. Micah sent me this Nathan McKinnon jersey. Authentic Nathan McKinnon jersey. This isn't one of those, trash ripoff jerseys. Authentic Nathan McKinnon jersey from my pal Micah. Thank you to Micah. Very kind individual. You guys can do the same. You guys can win and buy my love by sending me very nice things, preferably related to the Colorado Avalanche or Oklahoma City Thunder. I'll accept Carolina Panther stuff as well, but I understand if you don't want to send that. Or candy, Reese cups, preferably. Put those in the freezer because the kids don't like those, and then they won't steal them from me. They'll steal all my gummy clusters. I appreciate people who have sent me gummy clusters over the years, but the kids steal all those from me, so I can't enjoy those as much. Reese cups, I can enjoy those. Anybody here can win my love and affection. Just letting you know. Yeah, Panther stuff probably is the cheapest. Although we're on the come up, allegedly. Won the NFC South over here. Thank you, King Davian. Again, this is from my pal Micah, who sent me the first bottle of Terramana as well. You can send alcohol, but it's only going to be drinking on this show. That's it. I don't drink otherwise, but you can watch me drink it every Friday on this show if you would like to send alcohol to me. Shout out to Micah. Great dude. Again, thank you very much for sending me this. He really did not have to, but I'm also not going to turn down free stuff, especially when it's as cool as a Nathan McKinnon jersey. Guys, if you're here, leave a thumbs up on the video. Do I have to put my thumbs closer? Look at that. All right, there we go. Leave a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel. Shout out to JPJ and Collins for Coast to Coast yesterday. Huge numbers. Huge numbers. We didn't have to fake an assassination to get those numbers. There's Collins. Shout out to you, Collins. Hope you're doing well. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a super chat That helps us out. That helps all of us here out. We really appreciate that. Leave a super chat like our pal Louie. Louis says, need your thoughts on which NBA teams are frauds. All of them. Every single one of these teams are frauds. SP3 and I'll talk more about this tomorrow. But we haven't got, we won't get a chance, or we will, but game 3 between the Rockets and the Lakers, one of the most hilarious games I've ever seen. How do you lose up 6, 30 seconds to go, and you have the ball? Inexcusable loss on that. Absolutely inexcusable. But Jabari Smith Jr. doesn't know how to throw a pass because he wants to get it to Amen Thompson. And then they foul Marcus Smart, and then LeBron does LeBron things. I could not believe they lost that game. I thought it was funny. I wanted the Rockets to extend the series just because I wanted to see like how far the series would go, and then they did that yesterday, which good on them. But that was an absolutely hilarious choke job. Like, that wasn't Marcus Smart's defense. I mean, it was to an extent. It was a great interception. That's just a god-awful decision-making. You can't throw that pass. You were up 6 with 30 seconds to go, and you had the ball. The LeBron just missed a 3. They were willing to dribble it out. He had nobody in front of him. He could have passed it to Sengun, who was on his right. He had nobody in front of him. Instead, he sees Amen, because Amen's the alleged point guard, and so he tries to get it over to him. And he throws a terrible pass. I mean, look, Marcus Smart, credit to him. That was a great interception, and then he got the foul call, and then he knocked down all 3 free throws, and then he was great in overtime. That was not a Lakers win. That was a Houston Rockets loss. Just absolutely terrible, terrible decision-making. I was astounded. I was laughing because I was like, how do you screw this up this bad? But they did. I wish LeBron had hit that game winner instead of going to overtime. It would have been a much better story. But the fact that they still just beat him in overtime is like, oh, well, the Rockets got another chance to maybe salvage this thing, and then they were not able to salvage it. Also very funny. But had LeBron hit that game winner, it would have been so much better. He was close. It was in and out. Got a great look on it. But then they still smacked him in overtime, which was, again, still very funny. I don't buy the Rockets. I can't buy them. Kevin Durant may or may not play. Who knows? But we shall see with him. Games tonight. No, game's tomorrow. Sorry. Tonight is Timberwolves and Nuggets. I am looking forward to that game. He's out multiple weeks, Jose. He's definitely out for the rest of this series. If they advance, we'll see when he returns against the Spurs. My guess is he misses at least the first 2, probably even 3 games of that series. Maybe he comes back for game 4, and if they go beyond that, we shall see. But he's out multiple weeks, they said. I wouldn't be shocked if the Nuggets get it to 7. I'm astounded that the Nuggets are this bad. I really am. I fully believe they would win game 4 after their game 3 performance. And then they played well in the first half, and then Ant and DiVincenzo, best wishes to him, a Achilles tear, never good to see. Like, they were hurt the entire second half. I was like, all right, the Nuggets can't screw this up. And then they couldn't stop Ayo Dosunmu, dropping 43 off the bench. I was mad when the Timberwolves got Ayo because I kind of wanted him in OKC. I thought he was a good bench player who could give the scoring punch. And that's exactly what he's done. for Minnesota. I'm not mad at Jared McCain, and we didn't really give up much to give him, but I do really like Io. I think he's a really good player off the bench. Now he's gonna have to start. We'll see if he can maintain that. I did not think that the Nuggets offense would be this bogged down. Like, the Nuggets defense isn't good, but we all knew their defense wasn't going to be good. The fact that their offense has failed to score over 100 points in 2 straight games is the surprising part to me. Jokic has looked terrible. His 3 balls completely gone, and that makes him a little bit easier to guard. Gobert's playing him really well, but it's not like Jokic has never seen Gobert, and I don't really think Gobert's doing anything super different to him. I just think he's having a bad series, which it happens, but when you continually are heralded as the best player in the world, you're not allowed to have bad series. You at least can't have this bad of a series, going down 3-1, losing game 4 in the manner that you did, and then getting upset when Jaden McDaniels scores on the unwritten rule. Like, you just can't. Jose asking if I had an issue with what Jaden did. Not really. I think the unwritten rule stuff is just very stupid. Like, he scored. You were already losing. Jamal Murray shot the ball. Jamal Murray didn't have to shoot the ball. Why is that not part of this unwritten rule? There was 18 seconds left on the clock when the Nuggets had it. Jamal Murray could have just dribbled it out, but he shot it to try to make the score look a little bit better for his team. And then McDaniels, Conley tossed him the ball. I do love that Mike Conley immediately knew, like, oh, that was the wrong person to give the ball to. He immediately just hung his head in shame. He's like, oh no, messed that one up. He didn't even, like, get involved in the scuffle. He saw everybody scuffling. He just walked. He was just walking away from it. Very, very funny. But no, I didn't have any issue with that. None at all. I had more of an issue with Jamal Murray shooting. Like, if you're going to talk about the unwritten rules, then Jamal Murray has to be part of that, because he had no reason to shoot that shot. Get the rebound. Get back on defense. Don't give up 116 points or whatever it was. 110 before McDaniels scored. Don't give up 110 points beforehand. How about doing that? Jokic took exception because I don't think you can act like you don't care about the game of basketball and then try to confront a guy over an unwritten rule. Like, you can't say, like, all this stuff is meaningless to me. I just want to go home and be with my horses. And then somebody scores with 2 seconds left in a game that was decided, and now you decide to protect the sanctity of basketball. That's just me. And these dudes aren't afraid of Jokic, by the way. Jaden McDaniels wasn't afraid of him. Jay Will wasn't afraid. He makes a crazy face. And people are like, oh, you don't want to piss off Jokic. That's not the smoke you want. Was he going to cheap shot you? I mean, that's kind of what he does. But I don't think these guys are actually afraid of Jokic. And if Jokic wants to prove something, play better. You're down 3-1. Now you got to win 3 straight to advance to the second round. And if they don't advance, SB3 and I are going to have some conversations about Nikola Jokic, which I know he is 100% waiting for, because he's a Jokic hater. So he's probably ready to have those conversations. Joel is no longer running from the grind. He is here. I assume he doesn't want to jump in on the basketball conversation, but if he doesn't jump in now, I'm just going to keep talking about basketball, and we're going to talk absolutely no wrestling.
Kind of figured that's what you were going to do.
Well, I don't want to talk about wrestling.
I'm kind of okay with you not talking about wrestling part.
Want to do that. I said this at the top of the show. I didn't watch any wrestling this weekend.
Really?
I caught some Collision. I won't lie. Like, I caught some Collision. SmackDown was on, but it was very much background noise because I was unfortunately doing other stuff on Friday night.
Yep.
I didn't like. I know there was a Stardom show. I know there's a New Japan show. There's some independent shows. I didn't watch any of it. I was just all wrestled out after all of last week, and then it didn't really slow down during the week, and then obviously Friday night was Friday night, and I was watching the playoffs. Much more honorable sports than professional wrestling.
I was Friday, obviously dealing with similar stuff to what you were. I wasn't writing about it, but I was, talking about it with people and going through that. Well, like half watching SmackDown and not really expecting SmackDown to be much to begin with. And it was what it was. Is he Dame? Was he Dame? Anyway. And then Saturday Collision. So my AEW wouldn't show it until 9:30 Eastern, and I was like, all right, that's not happening. And then the way that I record it on my Bell TV now, it doesn't let me watch it. It doesn't let me go back in the recording until it's fully done recording because I'm using like an online PVR service. So it's like, well, it's not going to be available until 60 minutes after the recording. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to watch it tomorrow. So I watched it last night and quite enjoyed it. I thought, again, we talk about the tape shows sometimes being a bit of a drag, but as we said on Friday, there were a bunch of matches that like had not so obvious winners, and there were some really fun matches to watch. So I enjoyed Collision. The timing thing with my AEW was just kind of a turn off. So I just didn't watch any wrestling on Saturday, and it's been a busy weekend for me. I apologize, folks. I don't know if Jeremy got into it. Did you explain the situation with why I was late this morning?
Yeah, I said you were running from the grind.
Oh, fair. Yes, you used the generic one. Everybody in my family except for me decided to sleep in this morning. I was up at 6:30. By 8:30, my kid was still asleep. My kid who fell asleep at 8:30 last night was sleeping on a 12th hour. And I was like, we can't, I know, right? And then my wonderful wife was also still sleeping at 8:30. And I was like, all right, this is unlike everybody. So I went and woke up my kid, got him moving. And then he went to go wake up my wife, and we got that moving. We didn't leave to get him to school until like 9:30. So I had to rush him to school, rush back. And here I am. So I apologize for being late. I did allude to it on my Twitter. I did. They are not sick. We just had a busy weekend. The kid had a birthday party on Saturday that he really enjoyed, but he went to bed late. And then yesterday, buddy, I took that kid to 3 different parks over the course of the day. This is my 4-year-old, by the way, who like is not really doing naps, but sometimes needs a nap. So yesterday probably could have used one. And I took him to the park solo from like 10 o'clock until 2. We got lunch in the middle, went to another park, came home. He had like an hour of just chilling and reading with my wife. And then all of a sudden it was like, we have to go because we were going to a friend's place for a barbecue. And then on the way, we were a half hour early. So we went to another park, and then we went to our friend's place where he like played with this kid for the bulk of the evening. And by the time he got home, he was just done. We were all done. But yes, so this morning was a bit slow for everyone but me, who was like, I need to get to work. So here I am. I apologize for being late. There's my weekend soliloquy.
All I heard was you were running from the grind, but
screw you.
That was just a long way to say.
A long way, right? That's true. Yeah. Joel depriving his kid from sleeping. Scott, I have to be perfectly honest. I didn't want to do it. I really didn't want to have to wake him up, but I was like, we can't. Like I can't let him sleep in, and then his school / daycare wants you to let them know when they're going to be late past a certain time. I was like, we got to get this done, and it's Monday, and like we all have work to do, so it was a thing. So we're good. We got through it.
Ran from the grind, as everyone else is saying. The longest excuse I've heard, running from the grind. Long-winded story. Just say you ran from the grind. I buried our chat earlier, but our chat is actually very good.
No, bury them again, you bunch of jerks.
I'm trying to get them to send me stuff, Joel. I need them. I got to be nice to them. I know you missed stuff. Our pal, well, my pal, I don't know if he likes you. He shouldn't. My pal Micah sent me this
Get
very
along
nice
with him.
Colorado Avalanche jersey.
I was gonna say that's a nice jersey.
Yeah, Nathan McKinnon jersey. Micah sent me this, so I want the chat to send me more cool stuff. Send me some Shea Gilgeous-Alexander stuff. The greatest playoff performer of all time, although he's just accused of being a foul baiter. Send me some J Dub. Best wishes to him. Stuff. Oh,
Better
I'm
than
trying to
being
get the
Klay
chat to
Thompson
send me
right now.
stuff.
Yeah. What's better than being Klay Thompson right now?
I mean, like, he's getting killed online, but it
Yeah, I don't know.
feels like he's doing what he wants to do, which is sleeping with a bunch of women. So
I don't know. I just see what I see, and then that was it. There you go. Grace saying he'll treat me to a coffee. I'll accept. Grace, if I see you there, I will see you there. I will plan to be around. Oh my goodness. All right. What else was going on this weekend?
right, of course I'll take the shot
Oh,
on air.
are you sure? Have you
This
tried
is the
before?
only. I don't know what this is, but
This is a Chicago liquor delicacy that does not taste good at all. It's real bad.
Okay, that's not going to deter me from committing to this bit here of
That's fair.
taking the shot on air. So yeah, I will. It'll be the only time I drink it is on air again, because I don't drink otherwise. If I go out with the wife and friends and stuff, I might have a drink or two, but like I don't just like casually drink around the house or anything. Too many kids for that, But no, I will. Yeah, if you send me that, I will drink it on air. Apparently, it's really bad.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
Louis right. It tastes like pencil shavings. Like it's not, you know what?
Really?
The perfect person to ask is our pal Val, because she slings drinks and she knows. Val knows.
Apparently, a lot of people know, and it's
Yeah. She'll back you up on this. I think she might be a Malort friend. I don't remember.
Ryan, do you not have my address? I'll DM
Ryan, I'll send you his address.
No, I'll send it to him.
I know you will. If
I
anybody
thought Ryan already
DMs
had it
me,
though.
if anybody DMs me $50, I will give them Jeremy's address.
Please don't.
I will not. That's not something I would actually do.
Well, yeah, please don't do that. I would appreciate that. Okay, I'll DM you now. Right. I thought you had it for some reason, but I don't know. I lose track of how many people I give my address out to. My wife's gonna hear that and be like, "What? Huh?"
That's the best part.
Nah. I think it was Ryan Sullivan that has it, because he sent me stuff. So that's probably where my confusion is. Yeah. All right, Ryan. I'm DMing you now. Now I'm like scared to try this, but like whatever. I'll try it.
I mean, it's not going to hurt you. You are going to not enjoy it. That's really what it comes down to.
Well, I don't really enjoy like any type of alcohol.
That's fair. Unless it's like a sweet, a sweet type of drink.
Unless it's basically, yeah, like one that I can like, one that's like made or whatever. You go to wherever and get like a rum runner or something. Like, all right, yeah, sure, that stuff tastes good. But whatever the specialty drink is, I don't like taking shots of anything though. Like I don't think like the Terramana tastes bad. I don't think the Wheatley tastes bad. But again, it's not something I'm gonna sit back and just like slang shots of or just drink on my own all the time. Like it.
Yep.
It's just not. So I don't enjoy alcohol at all. But
Kate's right.
I'll try it on air.
True, you will. Kate's right. Ryan Sullivan does send candy.
Yeah, Ryan Sullivan's a good dude.
I would. I need to get some more of those Reese's half-pound cups. Although I probably shouldn't, because I'm trying to work on my weight and be a little bit
I'm not.
better.
Send them all to me again.
That's true. Jeremy needs it, so send them to Jeremy.
Yeah, send them all to me. I will eat the all of the Reese's. I've been eating like the Reese's minis, and then I take this is a very stupid thing that I do. I take the wrapper and then just like make a giant ball out of it. Anybody else do this?
Oh yeah. I do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, cool.
It's like the Reese's what though? Like the mini mini. Oh, okay, yeah.
Minis.
Yeah. They're not as prevalent here. I mean, I know they exist. Maybe I just don't look for them, but good to know people like them.
Yeah, I like the the Reese's mini. I put it all in the freezers, and yeah, but I have it over there. Maybe tomorrow I'll grab it or something, or if my wife hears this, she'll run in here and grab it. But yeah, I had the ball like that big, just a little tinfoil ball on it. It's very stupid to just continue to like add to it, but I'm gonna continue to add to it. I've had the Nerd Gusher clusters. The kids got those, and I'm trying. They're good. I like them. I prefer just the regular ones than the Gusher ones, but I don't mind the Gusher ones. I've been on a chocolate kick though, more than a.
'Tis the season. Everything's on sale post Easter.
yeah. I've been on more of a chocolate kick than a like gummy kind of kick. So that's why.
If you love me, these are what you send me.
No one loves you.
This is it.
Pieces of douches? What?
Boucher.
Oh, okay. There you gotta.
Yes.
You know.
Bobby Boucher.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
Snyder's pretzels, especially the hot buffalo wing or the cheddar ones. The jalapeno ones are kind of gross, and I like jalapeno flavoring, but this one, the jalapeno on this one is like kind of salty. It doesn't taste very good. I can't explain it. It's not good. But no, the hot buffalo wing and the cheddar cheese are good. The honey onion one are okay, but those two are the best in my opinion.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I'll
Jules,
take your word for it.
Yeah, way to overeat. That's the problem. That's why I'm trying not to. But those once in a while are a good little treat. Not the whole bag, but pieces of it.
That's fair. I had this is not candy related, but it's still food related. So Friday night, as I assume people know, was a long night, and in the middle of it, so everything started at like 6-ish, I think.
Can't be before 5, Jeremy. People will get angry if it's before 5.
Yeah, everything kind of started at 6-ish, and I was like, oh shit. So I had to, dial in, get ready, and my lovely wife was just like, I'm gonna go to Dairy Queen. What do you want? I was like, you are amazing. Thank you. And I got the cotton candy blizzard, which is one of the like summer specialties. But the cotton candy blizzard is very good. But I was I was so torn. I was like, do I want cotton candy? Do I want the Reese's? Do I want the Snickers? I ended up going with cotton candy though, because that's when I did kind of want something a little more of the sweet instead of the chocolate. But shout out to my wife for recognizing that ice cream was very much needed during that time. But then I couldn't like eat it for a while because I was doing so much writing that I was like, oh, I can't like take a break. And the chicken from Dairy Queen and the fries, very good.
Oh,
like the chicken tenders.
Yeah. It was like
they got good.
Chill.
Yeah, they got good chicken tenders and dip them in some barbecue sauce, and it's all good stuff. I do like the mint Oreo blizzard. I prefer the mint Oreos to the regular Oreos. That's kind of what I snack on every night. I'm surprised I'm not like much fatter, but this is why the planking and I do like other little workouts as well, but I plank every day. Every night before bed, I have milk and Oreos. That's like my bedtime treat to myself is milk and Oreos.
Reb Survivor, what was the place you went to in Vancouver, the ice cream place? If you remember the name. Because I was going to make a joke about it being Baskin Robbins, but it shouldn't be Baskin Robbins. We went to a Baskin Robbins yesterday. It was not fun. Ricardo's. All right. Shout out to Ricardo's in Vancouver. Next time I'm out west, I'm going to take a look, see if I can find it. Andrew Zarian, What That Dog Doing? You coming onto the show if you want. Come and join us. Talk about nothing.
Yes, Ryan. Yes. Same place. I'll probably be here for a while, considering all we've put into this house and the land that we have. So, yes. I like your areas where you live. Don't dox me.
I'm not gonna dox you. I'm not just saying I like the area.
No, it's a nice area. It's a nice area. Yeah. And again, the wife has lived here forever, so yeah, I don't think we're moving anytime soon. Not until these kids get the hell out of here. Yeah, kick them out before we can like downgrade or something, But yeah, same place. Ryan.
Jeremy lives in an area doxed. That's right.
Yeah, some
Good
area,
luck.
somewhere. Yeah.
All you got to do is find his IP and you'll be okay.
Don't do that. Stop it.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
You're gonna start using those VPNs, like the one that service the main channel.
Yeah, I mean sometimes I use a VPN, just not often.
Yeah,
it's probably like smarter to use a VPN, but what can you
I
do?
keep thinking about it, and I just every time, man, I talk myself out of it for some reason. I should, because it's always for television stuff that I'm trying to use it for.
Right.
One day, move to Toronto, Jeremy. He's been here. I don't think he wants to move here.
Nah, Toronto. Joel lives in it. Joel lives in a nice area, but I don't like. It's too busy for me. It's not even like a super busy place, but like taking the bus everywhere. I know you have like a car and you could use it and everything. It's too busy for me. I'm way too slow moving for all of that kind of stuff. That's why like I could never live in like New York or anything. Like it'd have to be in an area that's like away from everything, but then I don't want to go into like the city and stuff. Like I couldn't do it. This would never work.
No, not at all.
Because I have too many kids and Joel's place does not accommodate as many kids as I have.
So here's the thing: is it just you and I swapping? If it's basically like wife swap. So I don't
want to do that.
I don't want to do that either.
That's a little weird.
It just wouldn't work for us. What if our wives like left us and you and I had to live with the kids for a day, and our wives?
I don't do that either. That sounds terrible too.
I know. This all sounds bad. Yeah, it's family swap. It wouldn't work. Although Jeremy would get the easy part because he'd go down from 12 to 1 kid.
Yeah, that'd be much easier.
Yeah, although the kid's 4, so like it's kind of like dealing with 12 kids sometimes. It's a little different, but you know. But I also know that like your 12 kids, they're a busy bunch, so it would be a little tough for me to keep up to. Yeah. Just the way it would be.
Yeah.
Let's never do it. Never.
Yeah, good luck with like 5 of them. 5 of them are just
that's enough.
Yeah. You know, the other 11 are fine, but then you got 5, and then it's like, oh boy, how can I deal with these? Nah, it'd be yeah, I don't feel like that could work, because also my wife's a superhero, and so the fact that she's the one who handles all the important stuff with the kids, I'd be completely lost without her. So yeah, it couldn't just be like a wife swap. It couldn't be like a house swap, like, because even if like, you know, we took our entire family to your place again, like your place is not, it's not big enough to accommodate all the children that we have. It'd be really bad for us.
Yeah, it would take a lot more time than I'm willing to put in.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, should we get into it?
No, absolutely not.
All right, well, that's it for that then. We'll see you tomorrow. SB3 and Jeremy will talk about the Stardom and New Japan shows that I heard were fantastic. I've seen some clips. Looking forward to that conversation. And Monday Night Raw is tonight. Who knows what's going on?
I got to watch some of the Stardom stuff. Tell me what to watch, SB3. Tell me which matches to watch, and that way I can have a maybe my brain just broke. Maybe have a
more nuanced take
real conversation with you. You can message me, Jules. I trust you. You're one of the good people. So yeah,
the Megan Bayne match was actually a lot of fun.
From Stardom?
Yes.
Okay. Again, I haven't seen it, so I'm gonna leave it up to. All right, people saying watch the main event. Okay. Again, SP3, let me know if you're still here. I don't trust anybody in the chat.
I think SP3's been dipping in and out to comment on some stuff.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, that's fine. So there you go.
All right.
Fun
I
stuff.
guess I can just check Cage Match and see what matches are rated good.
No, don't trust Cage Match, because then you find out that if a match was under 5 minutes, that was really good. You can't watch it, and your favorite matches are under that time. So, it's good.
I mean, true. That's very true. That's very true.
or you could just roll the dice when someone's like, this match was under 5 minutes, so it's not.
Yeah, it's 5 minutes. Like, I don't mind committing 5 minutes to a match, whether it's good or bad, because chances are, like, it's probably going to be good or it's probably going to be awful, and either way, I'm going to be happy with it.
You should watch a Saya Kamatani match. I hear she's really popular over in Marigold.
I was trying to think of what the name she used that wasn't Saya Kamatani.
She like, called her Sata.
Was it Sata? Was
like,
that
yeah,
what it was?
she mixed the T's and the Y, I think it was. Or something like that. Yeah,
I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with her though.
You're
great. Yeah.
She's there you fantastic. Go. SP3 drops a bunch of.
Okay, thank you, SP3. Thank you. All right, I'll watch those matches. Sama, yeah, Sama. She calls Sama. Okay, yeah.
Big,
all right.
Big Samba fan. Yeah, and got the promotion wrong, of course. So there you go. You're not going to see that because you're listening to the idiots.
No, I saw it. I saw it.
He's just behind. It's all good.
Yeah, no, I saw it. I'll watch it. We can have I'll watch. That's a lot of matches to watch.
Yep, and they're all about 20 to 30 minutes long. So
like, I don't like. I will watch some of them. Give me 3 SP3. I'm sorry.
Well, how many give us here? You give us 3 or 4. He basically gave you the whole card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. He gave you
basically just telling me to watch the whole show.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me 3 matches. I don't like wrestling enough right now to watch like 8 matches. I'm sorry. I just don't.
Sama Kimitani. God bless.
I'm so burnt out on wrestling. I appreciate everyone. I respect everyone who like continues to just watch all of this wrestling and everything. And yeah, I think SP3 is fantastic and he's the absolute best at this stuff. But I'm so just burnt out. Yeah, look, I watch the WWE and AEW pay-per-views because like I gotta cover all of that stuff, and like I watch them live. It's very tough for me. So, and I've said this before. Like it's tough for me to watch matches that have already taken place. I just much prefer to watch it live, and that's why I stay up for a lot of the shows that I stay up for because I don't want to I don't like watching matches like after they've already taken place. I don't know what it is. It's just a weird hang up for me. And yeah, it's something that I recognize as like a flaw in me. So yeah, that's why I just prefer to watch matches live. But I will watch some of these matches. But yeah, look, when you don't watch WWE, your time does open up. Unfortunately, I have to watch more WWE than all of this stuff. Like that's sort of what pays the bills, and kind of same thing with AEW. Like that's why again I respect the people. I respect the people who SP3. I see all these messages. I respect the people who like do watch as much as they watch. Like this is why I will always praise the late great Larry Zonka, because he watched and reviewed everything, and I could not believe how much he watched and reviewed. I really couldn't, and you know, I could not do that. I'm just too, because as I always say, like I'm not just like watching these shows. Like if I could just sit down and just like watch wrestling and that was it, that was all I had to do. Like, and this is why I have so much respect for SP3, because I know he does more than this. If that was all I had to do, I'd be much easier to deal with. But it's like, all right, I got to watch the show, and now I got to cover this interview, and I got to cover this news item, and it's wrestling 24/7, and I just don't want it to be more wrestling. That's why I'm watching so much of the playoffs, because that's effectively my break from wrestling, is just watching the playoffs. I watch did you watch the Ducks game last night, Joel? Or did you go to sleep like a coward?
I was asleep after the first
Fake
goal.
Fan.
Well,
Fake fan.
I'm in the weirdest timeline, by the way, because my buddy DK, who is like a big music guy anyway, he's suddenly a big Ducks fan, and he's never been a hockey fan to begin with. And he's also a big Danhausen fan. And I'm very confused. He's not a wrestling fan, but he has wrestling friends now. And I'm like, what what is going on with my friends? Why are they suddenly becoming fans of the things I like? And how can I stop it? But anyway, yes, I missed the Ducks game. Saw the last one, the 7-4 game. That was hell of a match. And unfortunately, I had to watch the Sens get knocked out the other day. But can't say I'm surprised with the Sens.
There were some cheap shotting bastards out there.
I'll fully cop to that for sure. They were playing.
I remember they did that against the Avs, which annoyed me. Like, and just lose. Quit taking runs at people.
I might go back and watch the clips from the Anaheim game because I'm seeing the OT win, and that's always good.
It was good. It was good. I watched that game because Tampa Bay Montreal was on before that. That was another great game. Didn't go to overtime, which was annoying, but Montreal ended up blowing a 2-0 lead, and Tampa Bay won in regulation. And then right after that was Ducks and Sens. Ducks and Oilers. So I had that on. Was watching Temptation Island with the wife as well, catching up on that because we're like 3 weeks behind because of Mania Week and everything. So we were catching up on that. But I had the game on, on my computer while we had Temptation Island on the TV. But then, she went to bed and the game was still on. So I just kept watching the game and went to overtime. And So you didn't see the goal then? You didn't see like the controversy over the goal?
Is it was the puck over the ice? Or was the puck over the line and the skate was on top of the puck?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I saw the picture and I was a little confused, and then so I saw I did see it. It's a goal. Screw you. Just let it happen.
No. So I agree that it's a goal. I don't get the controversy. I mean, I get the controversy, but it doesn't make sense to me because they rolled it a goal on the ice, which they probably shouldn't have, because I don't think anybody had a definitive view that it was a goal. But they rolled a goal on the ice, and then they didn't have enough evidence really to overturn it. But had they not ruled it a goal on the ice, they probably would have said we don't have enough evidence to overturn that either. But like logically, you can say it's a goal. So like I think they got the call correct in the end. But a lot of people are just mad at the process, which I get, but I'm also like, but you got the correct call. Like, doesn't that matter more than the process here?
Depends on your fandom.
Yeah, I know. Because I think if they would have said, if they would have ruled it no goal and kept it as no goal, then people would have been like, it is clearly a goal. There's no way the puck is not over the line there. And then you would have had the people arguing like, well, they ruled it a no goal and there was no inconclusive evidence that it was a goal, so they had to stick with that. And it's like, like it's a goal. Like that puck is over the line. You see where the skate blade is.
Yeah, like you see the skate blade is over. You see the red paint ends, and like you can pretty much deduce that the puck is here and nowhere near the red line. It's cleared.
Yeah, it's a goal. But they ruled it a goal on the ice, and so they were probably just like, well, we got to stick with that. And I do agree that like had they ruled it no goal, they probably would have stuck with no goal because it's not quote unquote conclusive, even though it's pretty conclusive that you see where the red line basically ends, you see where the puck starts or ends, and you can tell that the entire puck is over that entire red line. So I don't know why people are mad, but because it's not even, I mean, it is some Oilers fans are, I mean, it is a lot of Oilers fans that are mad, but it's even like neutral fans who are like, I don't get how this can be a thing and how this can be ruled a goal. And it's like, it's pretty obvious how it can be ruled a goal. But that was a really good game. That was a really good game. And now the Ducks are up 3-1, and I'm shocked that the Oilers are having goaltending problems in the playoffs. Never would have suspected that when your big trade was for Tristan Jarry at the deadline.
Whoops.
What's wrong with you guys?
Well, I got one team left. Well, I mean, I guess I got in the NBA side, I've got the Raptors have clawed their way out of a 2-0 hole.
That game sucked yesterday,
yes,
but it was a good ending. It was a good ending. But neither team cracking 100 points. Like, the score was like
it's a defensive. It's defense.
Is not defense. It's just garbage shooting.
Not at all good.
Like I was checking in. I was checking in on the game, and I caught the majority of it, but I was doing stuff for a lot of the first half. Um, but yeah, the score was like 63-59 after the third quarter, and I was like, this is a halftime score. What do you mean third quarter?
Halftime score
What
was like
is
36 to 30
Yeah,
or something, and I was like, this is a great
yeah.
football game.
It was awful game. But like it was a good it was a good ending though. So at least there was that. But just a terrible game. Yeah. And then the Cavs coach having the audacity to complain about free throws. Man, the other team shot like 2% from 3 and you lost. You can't complain about free throws. Make some baskets. Maybe your star players shouldn't play as terrible as they did. Like, quit complaining about free throws. I hate the people that complain about free throws after like their team loses. Like, man, sometimes you just get beat or you don't play well enough, and it's not like the referees and everything. But I'm also used to that, where everybody's knock against OKC is like, oh, look at all the free throws that Shea shoots, and it's like, all right, fine, he's gonna drop 40 on 80% shooting now. What are you gonna complain about? Dog walking all your teams. Get out of here. Magic and Pistons. I can't believe the Magic are up 2-1. I'm looking forward to this game tonight, I guess. I think the Pistons are gonna win, but the fact that it's this close, bad look for the Pistons. Louis, you sold your Magic stock early. Sold it too early.
That's what happens, though. All right, we're an hour in. Have you done the calls to action?
Yeah. I'm a professional.
I know you know how to host this show. I never know what happens when I'm not here unless I'm here. Anyway, getting your super chats, folks. Let's get into it. So Jeremy alluded to it Friday before SmackDown, as we're all getting ready to settle in for a show where we were going to ask, what will they not do a finish for this week? Instead, we got told that there were departures from WWE. We use the word departures specifically because we have not been told 100% if these names were not renewed for contracts or if they were outright released from their contracts. That information will come as the days go on. But the list includes, we're gonna mix it up. It's gonna be some NXT. It's gonna be everyone in this list because I don't have a split list of who's from NXT and who's from main roster, who's from developmental. But you'll pretty much figure it out as I talk about it. In alphabetical order, actually. Thank you, Reddit. Alba Fire, Aleister Black, Andre Chase, Paulo Cruz, Bo Dallas, Chris Island, Dante Chen. That one made me really sad. Dexter Loomis, Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy, my doppelganger, Kyrie Sane, Luca Crucifino, Malik Blade, the Motor City Machine Guns, Nikki Cross, Santos Escobar, Serena Linton, Trill London, Tyra May Steele, Tyreek Igwe, Tyson DuPont, Zelina Vega, and Zoe Stark. A lot of names. And of course, the most annoying part when this started was on Friday. We talked about how releases weren't really going on the last couple of years around WrestleMania time, and we were not expecting them. Well, clearly someone heard us and said, cut some people. And here we are.
It's not that like they weren't expected. It's that the people who kind of started the rumor just weren't credible.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to feed into that because it didn't come from anyone credible. But clearly, it ended up being correct, unfortunately. Carly Bright as well was part of that. She made her announcement. She got to announce it herself on Sunday, a couple of days after everything came out. But
did it on Instagram, just all by her choosing.
Yeah. So yeah, she was part of that as well. So this all started with Nikki Cross. That was the first. She's the one who sent out the first kind of message, and it's like, oh, all right, this is probably happening, unfortunately. And then it just kind of became a wave from there. And it's always a tough time for just everyone. it's always shitty practice. I wish they would just do like if you're gonna let somebody go, let their contract expire type of thing, which they did for like a month, and now they're back to doing this, and they've been back to doing this. This isn't something new. Maybe it's less frequent than it used to be, but it still happens. First off, hope everyone that did get released or departed is doing well. I hope they all land on their feet. They're all very talented in different ways, and whatever they decide to make of this, they can probably do it. As I always say, I don't know what some of these people want out of this, and that's why I'm always kind of hesitant of, oh, this person would fit in great here. Now I know there's already stuff out there of who might go where and who might not go anywhere, and we'll talk about that. But I never know what these people want. Some of these NIL people, some of these NXT people, they might just be done with wrestling. They might just be like, all right, you know what? I gave it a shot. It didn't work out for me. I'm kind of out. Because how often have we seen that with a lot of these NXT and NIL people? And then you have your bigger names who can probably go wherever they want, but you don't know where they want to go. Like somebody like Nikki Cross might just be happy going back to Europe and just doing stuff there. We just had Damo on the show. Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, we're in Orlando. And I'm like, okay. And then this drops and I'm like, oh, and I felt bad.
Yeah. But she might just be happy doing that. Some people might be happy just doing independent stuff. Somebody might just want to take a year off from wrestling. I'll use the Dakota Kai example of everybody's like, oh, she's got to be an AEW. She's got to be an AEW. And she just kind of like went away for a year until now she's starting to wrestle a little bit again. So I don't know what these people want. Whatever they want to do, I hope is they are able to do that.
Yeah, and going back to what you're talking about with Dakota Kai, Charlie, as she's now, people often speculate, oh, I can't believe they did this. I can't believe they did this. And it's upsetting from a creative standpoint for a lot of these characters, and I'm going to say characters because the people are separate from the characters they portrayed on WWE TV. The characters had more there were more opportunities to work with them and more opportunities to build on them, but they didn't. And once the person leaves the company, sometimes it is burnout. Sometimes it is I need some time to myself. Sometimes it is I need to redevelop or heal up, take some time and figure out what's next. And for some people that's 2 weeks, for some people that's 2 months, for some people it's much longer than that, years even. So that's why the immediately fantasy booking people in certain companies is not something I necessarily care to do. I understand people want to do it because they want to see people find success and where they could fit in and be interesting and maybe carry a character over there. But for me, I always try to think of the person first and the character second. So when it comes to, these characters, there were things they could have done with them, but clearly that wasn't in the cards. And here we are. We're sitting on 26-ish names, I think, that had opportunities, and this is the end of their road for now with WWE.
The one thing, and I know Fightful Select Sean put out the report of like the call was Triple H, Nick Khan, talent relations, and then there's people who are like, "Oh, Triple H didn't want to let this person go, didn't want to fire this person. This was a TKO call." We got to understand how this works, okay? And I'm gonna make this very simple for everybody that hopefully everybody can understand. TKO made the call to say, we need to cut salary. We need to release people because of this, whatever their reasons are, margins and OBIDA and all the stuff that I don't understand. Ask Brandon Thurston. TKO makes that call because they are paying attention to the money side of things. And then Triple H, Nick Khan, talent relations, whoever, they make the call of the who off of that. And they are the ones who decide, okay, well, it's got to be this person, this person, this person, this person. For whatever reason, it might be. And the reasons can seem kind of obvious of, well, they probably make this much money. What kind of plans do I, being Triple H, really have for them? I don't have too much. So they're effectively, unfortunately, expendable. And so that's why they are gone. But it's a top-down thing, right? Like, do I think Triple H should get all of the blame? No, because I don't think it is his call to release people at the time that they release people. I don't think if you ask him, hey, do you want to release this person right now? He'd probably say no. Like, no, absolutely not. Like, I want to keep them. Maybe he does have no plans for them, but I want to keep them. It's TKO making the call of, like, you gotta cut some salary here. And then he and whoever makes the call of, okay, well, this is the people that we want to cut. But let's not pretend like he has no hand in this and he would save all of these people if he could. I'm sure he wants to, but he certainly makes the call of, all right, this person has to go. TKO doesn't know who, no offense. TKO doesn't know who Alba Fire is and what she's doing. No idea. It's a name to them. They know nothing otherwise. Or I don't know. It's a number to them.
It's exactly that. It's a number.
Yeah, and that's all they know about it. So that's how this effectively works. Everybody has a hand in it. You can blame TKO. You can blame WWE. You can blame Triple H. They're all to blame in some ways. And yes, WWE was cutting people after Mania and stuff. And this is again because of the publicly traded company stuff of, like, oh, well, our investor, because that's how they would put it, right? Oh, Vince didn't want to cut me, you know.
He loved me.
Yeah, Vince loved me.
Like a father.
But we gotta make cuts because of investors and, again, margins and OBIDA and all of this stuff. And so that's what they do. Now, instead of blaming it effectively on WWE being public, they can just blame it on TKO because that's who owns the company now, or the umbrella that they are under. But yeah, this is something that they have always done, and they'll probably continue to do.
It's so stupid that the back of my head, I'm envisioning the boardroom and them saying, oh, if they didn't want their favorites to get fired, then they should have bought more tickets to WrestleMania. But unfortunately, like, that is part of it. And, like, I'm not saying, oh, go spend all your money so that these people don't get fired. No, God, no. Because you should be speaking with your wallet. You should be speaking with your support or divestment of support from companies like this. If wrestlers that you like don't work for the company that you followed because of the wrestler you liked was working there, then you have every right to stop following that company and stop supporting that company. That's fine. I think it's so stupid that it's like, we lost a little money and therefore our shareholders will be angry and they're going to think the sky is falling, and therefore we're going to justify it by, cutting contracts and making the money back. And that's the most obnoxious thing in the world to think about. Because you're dealing with people. You're dealing with real people who have a real job and they just want to be, they just want to work and they just want to get their shit done. But this is the world of WWE. And again, you see what TKO is like from a business standpoint. They are very cutthroat and they are very, we will do anything to make the money back, because they got WWE at a loss effectively. They were already chipping at a debt from UFC. And this has been, since the beginning, a make money back scenario for them, whether that's to flip it and sell it again, or if that's to find a profitability margin that makes sense for them. That's all they care about. It doesn't matter who's on the company. All that matters is that the most revenue generating people are there, and they deem that these are the people, which is so stupid. And then Kate saying, take a financial victory lap and then say budget cuts. It's the dumbest thing in the world. But they didn't even say financial victory lap. Because I said, and I mentioned it on Wednesday's show, when they said one of the most successful gates, that one of is going to stick in the craw of that company for years to come, because they didn't get the record-breaking gate that they wanted this year for WrestleMania. This is their first mania. This is their first major failure as a TKO, which is only a couple of years into the venture. So here's where we're at.
People, all right, let's get into some of the names here.
Sure.
And Nikki Cross was kind of the tip of this, because she posted it on her socials, and then it came out that all of the Wyatts were part of this. They'd been very featured on television. I don't think Triple H ever knew what to do with them. I mean, we talked about when they debuted. Like, I loved the debut. I thought they should have just been killing everybody and, you know, been a murderous group and stuff. And then they didn't really know what to do with that group. And I don't think it was like really Triple H's cup of tea, what they wanted to do and everything. Because I don't think Bray was a cup of tea. I don't think Bray was Triple H's cup of tea. So, yeah, I don't want to like justify any of this, but if I'm trying to look at this from sort of an objective standpoint of, okay, who do they see something in, and who do they have plans for, and who do they see of like, all right, well, we got to do something here, so who do we go? Like, you can see where the Wyatts were like, yeah, they're probably just not going to do a whole lot with them. And this is what we talk about every release period, unfortunately, is they release people who they don't see plans in, and people who they just look at as like, all right, well, they're just kind of part of the machine, and we can replace them with anybody we need to. And
or people who are just stalled in development.
Yeah. And that's sort of what happens every release period, unfortunately. That was surprising because they did put outside ventures into the Wyatts, like the Universal stuff. And they do have an appeal, but I guess it's not Halloween time. So it's like, well, during the summer, what are we supposed to do with them?
This is kind of like, it's like the Abaddon thing, where they bring Abaddon in for one appearance at Halloween, and then Abaddon would be gone again until they needed them again. That was always the ongoing issue, booking Abaddon. And with the Wyatt 6, it's like, well, it's not Halloween all time, so we can't always do freaky deaky stuff. And on top of that, the Wyatt 6 weren't exactly title craving people in kayfabe. So what were you going to do? You gave them the tag titles, and that was like, well, that's probably the best we can do with that, because they had no reason to go after anything unless they were trying to right the wrongs.
Right, but there's so much to do with that, though.
There is, but they weren't ready or willing to spend the time to develop that, because at the end of the day, they're not the bloodline. They are not the A story, and they were not going to give it the time or effort to make it the A story. And when that happens, they just default to, what are the other 6 stories we can do that everyone else knows in wrestling? And because of that, the Wyatt 6 never really got a chance to do better. And, you know, then there was also, Bo was gone for a little while for various reasons, which sucked, and that shouldn't affect things, but it commonly does when you're trying to run a 52-a-week year show. There were things that just worked against them, and that's what really sucked. So
yeah, what worked against them was they had no idea how
to book them and how to
book them. Yeah. Like, they had no idea what to do with them after the initial debut, because there was material there. There was. It was just they didn't want to commit to any of the material. And, you know, do I think it's a little niche material? Yes. But I think there was a spot for them. But I also like their type of spookiness and what they were doing, because I always say this, like, I like Bray's style, because I think Bray takes it serious in a way that a horror film takes itself serious. And I can appreciate that, where other people take it serious in a way that they want to try to be like Get Out, and it's not. It's not. Like, Bray is trying to do Scream, and Scream's great, and there's a place for that in the WWE setting, And then other people are trying to do Get Out. And look, Get Out is great, but when you're trying to do that in WWE, it doesn't actually work, especially when you can't commit to it.
They also had a weird situation at hand of trying to play good guys who were bad guys at the same time, or at least who would be doing things that a bad guy does. Because if the story was that they were going to right the wrongs of some of the bad guys in WWE, they were doing it in ways that were considered to be bad guy ways. Like they were attacking people, they were bludgeoning people, they were going after people. That's a bad guy trope, and they were trying to do it as a bunch of good guys trying to correct the wrongs of the past. They were stuck in this position where in wrestling, where sometimes the simplest formula is the one that gets over, they were muddied waters. And that's what made it really frustrating, trying to make the Wyatt Six a thing. You could have made them a heel stable that absolutely ran roughshod and were beneficiaries of Bray Wyatt as a character, as a gimmick, without being a tribute to Bray Wyatt as a gimmick. Because you really had to toe that line where you were paying homage to Bray without making it a tribute act that everybody loved because everybody loved Bray. That was always the trouble with the Wyatts. They were presented as good guys because of Bray, and because unfortunately Bray had passed, so the story came in. But they had the potential to be like the most like running roughshod bad guys on your roster, but we couldn't get there. So they were always in this frustrating middle.
Yeah, they murdered Chad Gable, and they should have kept murdering people.
They didn't murder Chad Gable. We have a whole short about it. He was bludgeoned. He was not.
Yeah,
shot.
But they should have kept that stuff up. That's the thing, is like their debut was great, and then they had no idea how to follow up on that, which is a creative failing more than anything. I always say, like, you got 500 writers out here. You can't figure some of this stuff.
That was the thing. They had a writer doing it, and then that just didn't continue. Yeah. He was off doing other things, and he's still there. So
look, I know the Wyatt stuff wasn't for everybody. Some of the this stuff we're going to talk about, it's not for me, and I've been very clear about that. I did like the Wyatt stuff. I thought there was a place for them in the company, but it was always going to be sort of a niche market place, but you can still capitalize on, and they did. Like they did with the horror stuff, like the House of Horrors or whatever it was at Universal Studios. Like there was a place for them to kind of branch with things that they just never really fully committed to for whatever reason that it was. So it was unfortunate, because I do like a lot of those people. I don't know any of them, but like Joe Gacy, I was happy for him because he's been around. Like he had a really good independent run. He's probably a guy who never should have made it into WWE and did. Nikki Cross seems like the nicest human being in the world, and everybody was certainly praising her after this came out. Bo just wanted to carry on his brother's legacy, and so I feel bad for him because of that. Rowan, yeah, he lost. Everything. Yeah, like he lost his two best friends with everything, and so he just wanted to carry that on. And Dexter Lumis was given different stuff throughout the years, and he kind of just always made the most of it. So all these people seem like good people, and that makes it, I guess, a little bit tougher when it comes to that. But yeah, that one was unfortunate because it seems like they could have done more. I understand that it probably wasn't something Triple H wanted to put a lot of time and effort to. It still sucks.
It does. In a world where every wrestler should be wanting to go after the world championship, if you're going to introduce a group like this, you need to find a way to make them want titles while still maintaining their characters. And it's a fine line to toe. And like I said, you need to spend the time to make that happen. Otherwise, you're stuck telling the same 6 stories you always tell. And that's across all wrestling. That's not just WWE specific. You gotta be willing to put the effort in. And again, it's cost versus efficiency, or cost versus effectiveness. And if this group isn't reaching that effectiveness, then unfortunately, that's the end of it. Ryan Lambert said Joe Gacy interview on ITW needs to happen. Buddy, he knows. I know. Joe, if you're out there, and you're watching us for some godforsaken reason, we'd love to have you. And it's just because I want to do the mirror bit with you where we look at each other and we just do this over and over again. I'd love to have Joe Gacy on the show for more reasons than just doppelganger talk. He's he like you said, he's a guy who came from the indies, came from the hardcore scene in the indies, and absolutely made a different name for himself, had controversy thrust upon him in NXT, had to work with Parker Boudreaux at one point, which is bad enough. And I get it. Now Parker's doing better with GLEAT. I get it. It's fine. But like my point being, Joe Gacy has been all over wrestling before coming into WWE and doing this. So he has a story to tell, and I'd love to sit down with him and talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, we can try to get Joe Gacy on. I don't like bugging people like immediately after they've lost their job, but if we see him start to sort of make the rounds, then we'll reach out.
Yeah, exactly. I see Bear Bronson versus Joe Gacy. That would be great. Bear was praising Joe. I mean, everyone was. So I'd love to see those two lock up. Have a good one. Get Gabby involved. Make it a hardcore 3-way. Who else on this list we got to get into? Motor City Machine Guns. This was a case to me of you needed to take the chance. I mean, the Machine Guns, when they came in, they needed to take that chance because they were a group from 20 years ago that were never pegged as going to be in WWE. There was talk at one point of coming in 2012 that didn't happen. They went instead, did Ring of Honor. They did TNA, obviously, for a long time. They went to AEW for a couple of appearances. But when WWE came calling, it was almost like you have to take that call because that's what you did growing up. So for them to come in and do it, I don't think that they'll tell you they had a terrible time, but I'm sure they'll tell you we wanted more. But that was both a shock and not, because they clearly wanted to do something with them at the start. And then it just didn't continue after that. And here we are.
Well, they nuked the entire tag division basically after SummerSlam last year. And, that was sort of a byproduct of the Wyatts winning, because they didn't feel like they could do anything for a while after that. And then they went into a 20-month program with the Solo and the Sokoas. And that finally ended. I call myself.
Good stuff.
And then that finally ended, and now they're on Priest and Truth, who are just two singles guys holding the tag team titles because Triple H's or whoever has completely lost interest in the tag team division. And so, at least we'll get the titles on television because we like Priest and R-Truth. And that's basically that. It was cool to see Motor City Machine Guns in WWE. They had some good matches with Fraxium. Obviously, the TLC match is something that stands out. And yeah, they'd kind of done everything. So for them to just make it there was just cool to see. I don't think they regret going or anything. Like you said, I'm sure they would say that they wish they did more, but a lot of people would probably say that. And now they'll be able to go and do pretty much whatever they want to be able to go and do because they're still one of the most highly respected tag teams in history.
And you know what the best part is? Wherever they go, we're going to get it back. Boner City.
Yeah, they were ruined with that immediate theme song. That theme song was god-awful.
Yeah, Raise Your Fish.
That sucked.
It was not good.
Yeah, that absolutely sucked.
They tried and they failed with that theme song, but I'm so excited for bringing back Boner City. I made the joke offline, and I can't not make it here because people get it. If you don't think Scott D'Amore has already put the tag titles on them and Alfred Alex Shelley an MLP world title match, I don't know what you're thinking, bud. Do I expect them in AEW? That's the one that, of course, everyone's talking about. But if they don't make a stop in MLP, I will be very surprised. They are absolutely Scott D'Amore guys. So you'll expect to see them there. They are the most we can go anywhere we want group out of a lot of these names for sure.
And as always, it depends on what they want to do. Do they want to continue to do tag stuff? Do they want to do single stuff? Does Shelley want to focus more on stuff outside of wrestling? We'll see.
Exactly. Zoe Stark was a name that surprised a lot of people because she has been injured, although according to Fightful Select, she had been recently cleared to return to action, which wonderful news for Stark. I mean, good to see that she's back and ready to go. It sucks that it's not going to be in a WWE environment, but if she's ready to go and she wants to take on the world, then it's good to know she can do it in very close time. She was someone that was really starting to find her space before an unfortunate injury, and it just sucks to see someone let go while being unable to come back and show people that she's good to go. So yeah, Stark leaving kind of sucked for that part.
Yeah, the injuries kind of derailed any type of momentum that she had, which is unfortunate because she was continuing to get better. She was involved in stuff. She was very nice when I interviewed her. She was very fun conversation. My question to her about the Trish chair throw actually kind of went like viral at the time. Like my kids found that and they were like, "Is that you?" I was like, "Yeah, unfortunately." But all right. But yeah. So I really like Zoe, and we'll see if we'll see what she wants to do if she is cleared, if she is able to get out there and work some matches and come back anywhere, and hopefully she can because she seems like a good person, and I was enjoying her work prior to the injury.
Yeah. So we'll see where she lands. Again, there is a lot of potential there. So looking forward to seeing where Zoe winds up. I'm trying to remember what her name was on the Indies before she came in. She had one of those names that was like it was a funny name. I gotta look it up because
I'm looking it up. Lacey Ryan.
Lacey Ryan. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, Lacey Ryan. Yeah.
Yeah, because Lacey Lane was
Okay.
someone else. But yeah, she was Lacey Ryan. I was like, they're gonna change that name, and they did to Zoe Stark. But we'll see what she does. Hopefully, we'll see her in the ring sooner than later, and doing some fun stuff when she's ready. Alba Fire. I mean, not much to say here other than she put it out immediately. Kaylee Ray could kick Alba Fire's ass, and people were like, "Hell yeah, she can." This was a weird one, only because, first of all, naming someone after John Alba is a bad idea. Let's just put that out there immediately. Her work with Chelsea Green was a lot of fun. I think it was nice to see a character emerge from Alba Fire that was a little different, and she got to kind of explore a little bit. They had her work, but it was always 3-minute SmackDown matches, nothing serious like she was doing when she was doing NXT UK. And so as a result, it was just kind of like, all right, you've pigeonholed Alba Fire as a character, and here we are. They let her go, and I'm looking forward to the potential of Kaylee Ray coming back and doing a lot when she's ready to go.
Yeah, now Chelsea has like no secret Hervis because Piper's sidelined and now Alba's gone, and so I just
am I crazy? On Monday during Raw, I mean, when they did the Liv and Rhea backstage tease, whoever Rhea was talking to before that, I thought I saw Piper in the background, just like in silhouette at the table, or maybe it was some other woman who does design, because people all look the same backstage. Everyone just looks the same to me in the background. I thought, and no one else has pointed this out, no one else has seen this. Maybe I saw it, and maybe I'm the only one, or maybe I'm crazy, which is most likely. I thought I saw Piper, but maybe I didn't, because again, Piper's been out injured as well. Regardless, continue. It does seem like the Hervis has been dismantled somehow.
I think you're crazy.
Well,
but for other reasons. Yeah, so the Hervis is basically gone, which is unfortunate. I mean, Chelsea's gonna make everything work, but now you're continuing to just cut her off a little bit, which is very unfortunate. I have high expectations for Kaylee Ray. My expectations are a little bit lower because once you've been in the WWE system for so long, you just kind of I don't know off of this. Like I think Kaylee Ray can be great. I do. But where is her head at after all of this? Does she go back and reunite with Isla Dawn? Does she do singles stuff? I just have no idea. If I was just a betting person, I mean I am, but if I was a betting person, I'm like, all right, am I gonna get like the Kaylee Ray? I'd be like, yeah, she can go wherever she wants, she's gonna succeed. But I never know what these people their mental state is and their passions and their desire is off of this. That's why I lower expectations.
She should come
when
back
it comes
as
to
Alba Fire.
she should just be Alba Fire.
Yeah, she should just be Alba Fire.
Oh, okay.
She should have a match against Kaylee Ray, and she beats Kaylee Ray. And then she's like, you thought Kaylee Ray could beat Alba Fire, huh? Well, I showed you, and now I'm Alba Fire. And John Alba's like, yes, you are. You are John Alba's Fire.
Just grab a hold, brother.
St. John Alba's Fire. This was what I saw, by the way. I went back and found it. This was what I saw. So in the background, do you see this? There's this woman in the background.
Yeah, I see her. That's not Piper Niven.
It's not. But you can see how you might think that could be Piper Niven in the background. Right?
No one thought that but you, Joel.
But what did I do?
Literally, no one thought that but you.
You people all suck, and I don't like it. The worst chat in the history of this chat. Anyway, who else is there? Apollo Crews. A lot of people pointing out 10 years in the company. Did a lot in 10 years. Got some money, and there we go. He's moving on.
Yeah, the injury kind of took him out for a while, and it was unfortunate. You know, he was background character on SmackDown. He probably had a better run than I think maybe people thought he was going to have when he first joined. Did the god-awful Nigerian gimmick, but got a WrestleMania match out of that.
I hated
at the
that
very
match.
least.
There was so much more they could have done with that.
I know, but what can you do? But you know, he had a good run. I don't know what I don't know what comes next for him. He can probably kind of go wherever he wants. It's just what does he want to do? We'll see.
Yeah, exactly. But he's a guy who has a lot of potential again, and if he wants to get back into wrestling and do the thing, then I'm sure people will absolutely let him do the thing. Dante, no, I mean, listen, there were a lot of the NXT crew: Luca Crucifino, Malik Blade, Trill London.
Luca Crucifino just got repackaged into like some.
He was a DJ.
Hippie.
Now he can go and be a DJ on the beach in Miami, and it'll be the same. It's a lateral move at that point. Might make more money, in fact. But
I think there's a role for Luca Crucifino somewhere because he commits to the character.
Yes, he does. That's true.
And I will give him that.
You know what you should do with him? You rebrand him as Valentino Khan, and you have him do the DJ work before all the WWE big events.
Okay.
That's how he gets.
I see where you're coming from there.
Yeah, you get it. Malik Blade, who had just lost his tag team partner Idris Enofe not too long ago. That's again another one. Again, a lot of these young NXT folks are gonna do what they want to do, whether that's stay in wrestling or not. And same thing with Tyreek Igwe and Tyson DuPont. Those two, when they were working with Wes Lee before Wes Lee left NXT, that was something.
Got released.
He also got released. Right, Wes got released. So those two guys, again, those are two big dudes who could do really good work if they choose to stick in wrestling as well.
Yeah, the NXT people, I'm never surprised when it comes to kind of, I guess, this level of NXT people because a lot of them have gotten a lot of time and they were at where they at on the card and they either weren't being used or they clearly had no plans for. And so I'm not saying they were better off being released because you're losing guaranteed money. So I don't think anybody is better off in that way. But it's just obvious that they just really weren't going anywhere. And now maybe they can actually do something if they want to continue to go on with wrestling. And, you know, we'll see what the future holds for them. The Tyra May Steele one, I know a lot of people have commented on that. Let's not pretend like LFG is like a real thing.
Oh, they also walked it back. They've already walked it back, the LFG importance.
Yeah, they changed it this year. Like they're not even doing like contracts and stuff this season. It's just, hey, maybe you'll get called up. And then you have Carly Bright who's on the show and she is gone. So Kendall Gray got called up on like the first episode and stuff. It's no longer about teams and competition. It's just a generic wrestling reality show.
Here's
now.
Bully Ray yelling at you for the next 20 minutes. Enjoy.
Yeah. So they did LFG because A&E was like, hey, we want some content. And WWE was like, all right, well, we will do this for you. And they're like, okay, cool. They liked Tyra May Steele because they were trying to sign her for a while after the Olympics. Remember she made that appearance at like SummerSlam, I think with Gable Steveson, right?
Yep, I do.
Yeah. And so they wanted her way back then. I don't think she improved enough, certainly to their liking. They gave her some shots specifically with Tavion against Ethan and Chelsea on NXT. Like that was I don't think anybody remembers that. She just didn't, really improve to the way that I think they were hoping she would improve. And then she got surpassed by people like Callie Armstrong and Kendall Gray. And so that didn't help her either. And yeah, like for people like, oh, this proves LFG is like kind of point. Oh yeah, it was always bless SP3, but like it was always kind of pointless.
I just realized I was at that SummerSlam when they brought out those.
That sounds bad.
That was 2021. So yeah,
what else happened on that show?
That was the one where it was Cena and Brock came back. Yeah. Okay. That show, and that was the last minute Sasha Banks can't make it, and they brought back Becky Lynch, and that was a show. I was sitting with Zarian, obviously, because they brought me on. It was Zarian and Rich, and then I was sitting with Issa, with Demon Diva. We were having a fun time. But it was a fun show. It was just such a weird show. Sean was up in the press box somewhere doing his work. But that was the SummerSlam at Allegiant Stadium. The funnest thing that happened was Allegiant was a no cash venue, and their machines failed, all of them at the same time. They had to give out free food because otherwise it would go bad. So they were just giving out free food and stuff because couldn't pay for it.
They made up for that at WrestleMania. They were like, yeah, we're going to charge you $50 for a bottle of water.
They got it all back, baby. But yeah, LFG, I mean, they saw what Tough Enough is. They saw what Level Up is. And they're like, let's find a way to make it both. And they're using nostalgia with the people that they brought in. And they're using the what's the word? The drama that they like to have on these types of shows to kind of invest in a story. And they're adding in the in-ring element to try and get it as like, well, it's wrestling, but it's also, the struggles of these people trying to make it. And you know what, as an idea, it's a good idea. It's just, again, not executed very well, in my opinion. There's ways to make it work.
With so much drama in WWE, it's kind of hard being part of LFG.
NXT? Oh, okay, that's fine too.
Nah, come on. Now we're talking about LFG. Don't step on my rhymes here,
You're
Joel.
trying to get up to NXT. You don't want to be.
Don't step on my rhymes.
I like mine.
I'm a lyricist.
You're something.
This is why AJ Francis is ducking me, because he knows I got bars for days.
Finally, from the NXT side of things, is Andre Chase. That was the only other.
That sucks.
It does suck because Andre Chase was very entertaining, and he was put in the one position, and he did really well for a time, and then after that, it didn't flourish the way it would have.
Well, that's because they did great with it, and then they ended it when they didn't need to. Like, they should have been on the main roster. They would have been a great main roster act.
Yeah.
They obviously had a ceiling of where they were going to go, but they would have been a really fun little main roster act for however long they potentially lasted, and maybe you could have spun off and done something else. Well, then they ended it for no real reason, and then the guy they had end it got nothing out of it because, unfortunately, he got hurt, but they didn't have real plans for him anyway. And then they just started rebooting it because they had no other fresh ideas, and they didn't commit to the reboot, and so that was that. I think Andre Chase is a very great performer. I think he can, whether it's in-ring stuff or whether it can be in some type of like vignettes and skits and everything, I think he'd be great with that. Very interested to see where he lands, whatever he might do. I'd love to get Andre Chase on the show. Sean said I used to look like Andre Chase. I feel like I've changed my look enough over the years to where I don't quite have that look
You shave
anymore.
your beard, and then you can keep it.
Yeah, but I would like to get Andre Chase on the show and talk to him about Thea Hill.
Yes.
But I think Andre Chase is great, and I do look forward to whatever is next for him. And I don't want to say that like they dropped the ball with Andre Chase or anything, but I do think they could have gotten so much more out of everything he was able to do with Chase U, and they just never they never got it. They got it for a little bit, but then they stopped getting it.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll see where he goes. He's right off the bat. Chase was like, I'm going to do seminars. I'm going to do whatever you need. So get in touch with him. He's great. He's got a hell of a resume as well, him and his brother. So that's a hell of a career so far. I just saw our pals at Love Pro Wrestling are bringing in Tyler Breeze for a show.
Oh, nice.
Good for them. It's apparently his Alberta return, which is very funny. Good way to position it. Finally, the two names on the list that we have omitted up until now are the ones.
Kairi Sane? We haven't talked about Kairi Sane.
Kyrie, that's right.
No.
Well, I think we started with Kyrie, like kind of tangentially. Kyrie.
No, we didn't. We started with Nikki. We've like mentioned Kyrie not at all.
I mentioned Kyrie at the top. Kyrie, when I went through the names, Kyrie was there. We mentioned Kyrie. Kyrie's out. This was again one of the bigger shocks, probably the biggest of the group.
The biggest.
She's in the middle of a level story, or at least a B level story on Raw, and this was something that never got to play out. And allegedly, they were asked, "Can we let it play out?" And they said, "Sure." And then they decided, "Nope." LOL, JK. And Kairi Sane has left again, and everyone, by the way, universally praising Kairi Sane.
Yeah, because she rules.
She does.
She
could have never got that Brock Lesnar match. She was supposed to be the one who retired Brock Lesnar in Minneapolis. Now we got nobody. Nobody can retire Brock at this point.
It's very unfortunate because she was involved in this story with Io and Asuka, and you were hoping to get some type of conclusion, and now the conclusion is just going to be like Asuka saying I sent her away or something. Like, I don't know what the conclusion is supposed to be, but it's unfortunate that she was part of all of this, because I think Kairi's great, and she should have been there for a while. I mean, she already left once. The first time she left wasn't like a release or anything. That was just kind of her own volition, and I think she was just ready to kind of go back to Japan and do her, because she stayed on as like an ambassador for WWE in Japan during all of that, but then she continued to do her own thing, wrestling for different companies. Like, she wrestled Mercedes and everything. And now, getting released in the middle of a story, like you said, it was a B story, but it was still something that had been going on for months at this point, and unfortunately won't really have a conclusion. And someone who was, universally beloved, you see it from whether it's the trend or you see it from everybody posting the messages about Kairi, and that one sucked when it was Kairi. That one sucked.
It's amazing because she was the inaugural IWGP Women's Champion, and she had been doing so much, and they brought her back, and here we are, letting her go so soon and so unexpectedly. It sucks. She's another one. World's her oyster. She has a gym in Japan, so there's a possibility that she just goes and works and does that. But who knows? She's gonna be fine. That's kind of the takeaway I get from her, is that she's always got a place in wrestling. Yeah,
she'll be able to do whatever she wants. She can go to any of the promotions in Japan. I don't know if she wants to go to AEW. I'm sure AEW would like to have her, but I don't know that either. It feels like she probably just stays over in Japan for a little while and then figure it out after that.
Yeah, exactly. PW Insider was saying she's already back there, so who knows?
Makes sense.
But yeah, exactly. But yeah, so there you go. We talked about Kairi. Are you happy now?
Yeah, you were still missing Santos Escobar.
Don't talk about him, right? He's great. They didn't care about him, so why should? This is the most obnoxious thing is Santos Escobar. They did all this work to bring him back when his contract lapsed. They brought him back, gave him everything he needed and wanted. Did not bring him back to TV. Brought him back for AAA. He got injured, double injured, because the first surgery that he had to have didn't fully take, or whatever the situation was. And now he has been released. And he is a guy who is not only an incredible performer, but an incredible talker, an incredible wrestler, and one of just the nicest people you come across in the business. So for this to have happened, yeah, that really sucked. And I always wanted to do an interview with Santos. I thought there was something there all the time. So it sucks that he's gone. I mean, I guess I could still interview him. He's not dead. He's actually more accessible now than he's been before. But he deserves a lot of praise for the work that he does. Yeah, looking forward to when he's back from this injury, because that sucked.
I don't like releasing anybody when they're injured. I think that's just a bullshit practice with everything. And I think it's a bullshit practice here. Like, the dude got injured, and now he's going to be out until at least through the summer, and now you're releasing him. I mean, I guess he gets his 90 days, and so he's going to get paid for those 90 days. I assume they took care of the surgery. I don't know that for certain, though. But I don't know when he's going to be able to get back to work and everything. So, yeah, you just re-signed this guy, too. Like, he left, and then you put all this money into re-signing him. I don't know how much, but the fact that they, seemingly made it a little bit of a priority to re-sign him. And then, yeah, they didn't bring him back to TV. They had him in AAA, which, okay, fine. Like, there was a role for him in AAA, and then unfortunately he got injured, and now he's gone. Like, I think the Santos one is kind of the most bullshit tactic one. Again, none of these are good, but for a guy who just resigned not too long ago, and for a guy who's injured to release that guy, that one's tough to swallow.
Yeah, it is. And again, they had stuff into him when it comes to a positioning standpoint. And even when he was leaving WWE, they gave him a shot. It's just so stupid not to see that this guy, for all the times you say, oh, we're going to find the next Rey Mysterio. Oh, we're going to find the next Rey Mysterio. And it's you keep doing this and you keep not finding any Latino talent that want to stick around. It's starting to show why. Because instead of finding the next Rey Mysterio, you just keep asking Rey Mysterio to come back. Eventually, Rey's not going to be available.
Yeah, well, their next Rey Mysterio is a 24-year-old Englishman, so they're not worried about it.
That's true. Is he 24 or is he 36? I can't remember anymore.
He's a 24-year-old Englishman.
He's 24. Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, speaks Spanish, though, very well.
Yeah.
Very surprised. Anyway, they got Dragon Lee. Stop it. Stop it.
I mean,
they do have Dragon Lee.
Technically do have Dragon Lee. Yes.
He is under contract. That's true.
Yeah.
That is a fact. Oh, man. No, the next guy that they have is the son of the Mysterio. But anyway, it's just absurdity. You had it with Santos. You really did. That was a guy that you had a big opportunity with. But here we are. That's one. Okay, now do we do it, or is there someone else that I'm missing?
What are we doing?
We got to talk about the last two.
Oh, who?
Aleister Black and Zelina Vega.
Okay.
They were on TV and then they weren't on TV, and that's the end of that. Glad we have that.
This one was surprising because they had been on television. I mean, they'd been used very frequently since Aleister returned after WrestleMania last year. The alignment was Zelina. They had the big feud with Priest. They had a big feud with Orton. It was still popping up in backstage segments and stuff. I think Triple H does like Aleister. They have some stuff in common. So I do think he likes Aleister. This was another thing of just well, we got to make cuts, and you're maybe we just don't see this spot for you. I've made it clear. I don't know either of them as people. No idea. Could be very nice people. I don't like Aleister's gimmick. I never got it. It never hit with me. To the point that I was saying earlier is Bray was trying to do Scream in WWE, and I think there's a spot for that. Alistair's trying to do Get Out in WWE, and I don't think that works. And that's why like I can't get behind it as much, because he's trying to do a really deep, dark, kind of like great storytelling, but like there's never really a payoff to it. And I'm not saying this is all his fault, mind you. He keeps getting friggin' released in the middle of a lot of it, but it just doesn't, like, it doesn't connect with me. I think he's a good wrestler, but the whole speaking in riddles kind of thing, like it's never done anything for me. I've been very honest about that since the first time all of this went around, and certainly in AEW has nothing to do with however he might feel about one of my friends and my boss. It has nothing to do with that. I don't like the gimmick. Same way I don't like Copeland's gimmick. But I do feel like I could have a beer with Copeland and we could talk hockey and we probably get along very well. I don't know if me and Alistair would have that same way, but maybe, I don't know. Maybe we get along the same way.
I'm a big fan of the Colorado Avalanche.
That'd be amazing if he was like a hockey fan like that. That'd be pretty funny.
Just imagine. I really love the basketball too. Let me tell you about my favorite team, the LA Clippers. Oh, son of a bitch.
Fan. Oh man. Yeah, I never got it. It was never for me, but there was a spot for him and they continued to use him. And so, that's why this was, pretty surprising with everything. As far as Zelina goes,
she was on TV and then she was off. I'm going to bite my tongue sometimes on this show.
Yeah.
I feel like this is one time where I don't really want to bite my tongue all that much.
Oh, okay.
I don't like it when people try to use their positions of influence to go after other people in positions of influence. I think in this case, people are understanding what that was. Selena has a very "it is what it is" thing. Well, Izzy Dame does a little bit more. I'm going to put it like this. Go back to the first time she was released. What did she do? She ran to Twitch and immediately asked all of her friends to support her. And on Twitch, you know what that means. And then when her husband was released, they went to Twitch and said, "Oh my God, I can't believe this happened." And all of my supporters, "Oh my God, I need you." And what do you do on Twitch when you need that support? Ching. And then what happened again this time, I ran to Twitch and I said, "I need my support and I love you and I love you. Oh my God, I need my support." There's nothing wrong with needing support. There is a way to do it that doesn't seem so fucking transparent. Pardon my French if you're in the minivan with the kids. I said it. That you don't need to suddenly cha-ching your way through it. I don't have respect for that. I make jokes about people giving me all their money, but I don't actively follow up by messaging you all in. I'm not saying that this is something she does. I don't go overboard asking for money in a way that is as obvious. So I'm not looking at my camera because I just don't want to say something I'm going to regret, but that is how I will leave it. Is if you need to run to your Twitch to ask for support, then maybe manage your situation better. My favorite wrestler is one whose name I can pronounce.
Well, it's not her favorite. She's just obsessed with her. Like there's a difference between like favorite and obsessed. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Obsessed can have like a negative connotation to it. Maybe that's why.
Yes, there can be.
That's why maybe she doesn't know.
And listen, I am absolutely nothing to these people. And that's fine. I am, but they are also nothing to me. Is there a room in which I could sit down and be like, "What's up?" Of course. There's always a room where I would sit down with someone and talk about it. Let's talk about it, as the great Trick Williams likes to say. But I take issue with people immediately doing things just to help themselves. Yeah.
Fair. I'll bite my tongue a little bit more, mainly because
It's fair. And like maybe it is because she did the thing with Sean and Sean was doing his job, and like, listen, a lot of us.
Oh yeah, that like I have no problem
Yeah.
speaking on of her like singling out Sean for all of that for just doing her job doing his job, sorry, is very, very much bullshit. Like, so I muted this tweet because it left like the 5 people that I thought would find it funny.
What is wrong with you? You've been really banging off these things lately.
Yeah, I got that $50 check from Twitter from my last go round, and I was like, let's go. I muted this one because somebody like tagged her in it, and I'm like, nope, that's where I gotta just cut that one off and not see any of these replies because I don't want to know. I do not care. So Shams announced that Anthony Edwards was out for multiple weeks, and I just quote tweeted it, and I just said like, hey, why didn't Shams let Anthony Edwards announce this? And, I thought like the 10 people in my circle were just like kind of getting like, that's funny. That's a good one. And then it left the circle.
No, you quote tweeted a basketball take. The basketball takers are going to look at it too.
Yeah, but like they don't know. Again, they're probably like, I don't get it. Moving on. Well, of course, like the wrestling people.
Nobody says I don't get it. Moving on Twitter, you know this.
I know, but I checked the. I checked it. Nah, like look, it's a good tweet. I'm not gonna pretend like it's not. But I gotta mute it for my own like sanity of these people who like reply and having like full on conversations on it. I was like, I do not care. Trust me, I do not care about your thoughts and opinions on this. I tweet to pop myself and then I move on with my life. And then when it becomes way too much of, again, too much conversation in my mentions and it like just overcrowds my mentions, I'm like, nah, gotta mute that because I don't care about your dumb little conversations that are happening here. No, I think that comment by her was bullshit. Sean wasn't the only person reporting on all of this stuff. We didn't hide anything behind a paywall. Not only did we not hide it behind a paywall, it's on the website for free as well. We have 3 ways to get this information, all of them for free. None of them we get any type of money off of. I mean, I guess we make money off the site, but like everybody makes money off the site. I guess Sean makes money off of his Twitter, but he donates all of that money. And yeah, we make money off of select subscriptions, but this was not part of the paywall service. Now, does it help like in a way fund it of like, oh man, if I get this content for free, then maybe I want to subscribe to it? Yes. That's how everything sort of works on it. When Zelina goes on her Twitch, it's free. Maybe people want to subscribe to her Twitch because they like the free content she is giving out. Same thing here. It's not anything malicious or anything dirty or whatever. It's very dumb to then call out Sean and being like, oh, you should have let me announce this first. You know what? I agree. Sean should have realized Zelina was going to go on Twitch at 8 p.m. Eastern to announce this news, and he should have held off. I'm on Zelina's side with this. I'm with you, Zelina Vega. It's so stupid. It's dumb. As far as, her release and everything, I was surprised because it seemed like they were being used and stuff. Zelina had the role that she had. She was with Alistair. It was a nice little role for her. She didn't wrestle a ton. Look, her last few matches were not good. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. That Rhea Ripley match, that tag team match, was extremely rough. I do not remember the last time she had a match since then, and there might be a reason for that. She was given some opportunities. A lot of stuff didn't always pan out for her, and yeah, that was kind of that with her run. Apparently, she was in some other matches. Sure, If y'all say so. I don't remember
Remember
any
when
of them.
she came out in a giant Puerto Rican flag in Puerto Rico?
Yeah, look, she got a good reaction
Yeah,
off of that, and
she
that
did.
was she faced EO, and so you're probably gonna have a good match with EO, and that was kind of that. Uh, that's that's all I can say. She did face EO then, right? Am I misremembering that?
I thought she had Rhea in that match. I can't
Was
remember.
it Rhea?
I feel like it may have been Rhea. I can't remember.
Oh, my bad.
Well,
My bad.
here, let's look it up just so that we are honest
Yeah, it
reporters.
was Rhea. You're right. It was
Yeah, did
Rhea.
I get it?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Bianca faced EO. Okay.
that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, Bianca faced EO. I remember EO having a good match on that show, and apparently it was with Bianca, which makes sense. And the Zelina match is now less memorable because clearly I didn't even remember who she faced, but I do remember her outfit. Oh, there you go. Maybe that sums everything up right there.
And that's the end of that segment. This is, of course, this one's for Zeno Hour. It seems that TKO has really screwed up WWE/WrestleMania with ads and celebs getting away from the heart of pro wrestling, and talented performers are paying the price. To which I replied, very excited for this to amount to the same nothing every year. Andrew Yang once again has it's Ground Yang Day. He comes out of his hole after wrestling and tries to get his 5 cents in. And everyone's just like, good for you, Andrew Yang. I can't wait. You're going to make all the difference. More people are discovering the grift, by the way. But Jesus Christ, go back to your hole, Andrew. We're done. We moved on from you. This doesn't work. There's no wrestling union. There's no
now Zelina is free again, so maybe they can start their union because
that
they were
was
so close last time.
So close. We need to unionize. Oh, what's that? I can come back? Okay. Shit, we're back. What does this tweet have to do with me? You're the one running in our chat being like, they need a union. They need a union. Yeah, listen, wrestlers need an absolute overhaul of the way that they are treated in a lot of ways. But a wrestler's union, the way that it's being produced these days, doesn't seem to be the way to do it.
Yeah. I saw that. I was like, oh, this fucking guy.
Got us once. That first time in like 2021. And then everyone was just like, oh, fuck out of here. We ain't doing this again, Andrew Yang. We're over this.
Yeah. I saw that. I was like, oh, God. Sure. Like, what is he even like gonna do? Like,
nothing. He can't. He's got nothing. Like, what? He wants a cabinet position that he's not qualified for.
I legitimately, I don't know anything of this guy except when he tweets about wrestling.
So right now, he's the founder of the Forward Party.
I don't know what that is.
Not left, not right, forward, because that's okay.
All right.
Meaningless. Humanity Forward. They advance evidence-based bipartisan policies to address the biggest. He's basically doing think tank bullshit. And he's the CEO of Noble Mobile. Get paid to use your phone less. I am guaranteeing that is a scam and a half.
Louis will understand this. Maybe a couple other people will as well. But Louis is typically on my conscience on this show, which says everything you need to know about both of us. Is Andrew Yang the Pablo Torre of politics, Louis? Please, because I think Pablo Torre like does some good work, but then he also just like kind of overdoes it, and it doesn't actually lead into anything, So Louis will understand that question, and I will see if that's true.
So we're talking about Andrew Yang. Sorry, you were talking about how Sean donates his Twitter earnings to charity. That is well established, well known. If you don't know, now you know. Andrew Yang, as usual, I will give my X earnings, $505.08, to someone who likes this post. Winner chosen at random on Sunday. For extra fun, if the winner follows the Noble Mobile, I will double it. And if you are a Noble subscriber, I will give you 5 times the amount.
Sure.
This little grifty grift.
Sure.
Oh, it's just amazing. Just amazing.
All right. So Louis is saying he's not quite, and a lot of people are saying that no. He does have the Pablo cornice. Maybe that's what I'm like kind of getting at. Like I think Pablo does very good work. I do. And he's very thorough. He follows up on stuff. But I also think like he just continues it until it's almost like there's nothing. Oh, more Nick Wright? Oh, that's so much worse. Oh man. I don't think Nick Wright has like any value to the space. So that's really bad if he's Nick Wright. All right. That's oof. Okay.
Wow. You got there.
Yeah, that's bad if he's Nick Wright. All right. I apologize to Pablo Torre. Then I was trying to give Andrew Yang too much credit of like maybe he does get stuff done and I just don't see it. And apparently he doesn't. He just kind of grifts and then gets out of the way. Okay.
Oh man, Ryan Lambert saying, I had a conversation with Andrew Yang last year. I called him a dumb wrestling mark. You didn't get the phrase and cussed at me. I popped myself with that. Let's go. Dumb wrestling mark. And our pal Micah saying, off topic, go Avs, and you look good in the sweater.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Micah. I've given you a couple shout outs already, and I'll continue to give you shout outs. Again, appreciate you sending the jersey. Appreciate Nathan McKinnon making you look good with the 2 goals and ending the series yesterday. So yeah, shout out to Micah. Love you, brother. And yeah, Micah's a good dude.
It's a good looking sweater. It's a good looking jersey.
I knew I'm not fully stupid. I'm kind of dumb, but you know, Micah messaged me and he's like, you prefer McKinnon or McCarr? And I answered it on air because I like saw his message and then I forgot about it because that's how I'm very much wired. Because I think it was during WrestleMania week as well. And so I was like, McKinnon. And then he's like, are you still at the same address? I was like, yeah. So like I knew he was going to send me something. I just didn't know what it was going to be. I was very stunned that it was a full-on like jersey. I was like, Jesus. Again, I messaged him, I was like, you do not have to do this. I appreciate it, but you do not have to do this. And he just sent me a very nice message. And so yeah, I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Micah. And more people should just send me a bunch of stuff. You don't have to, but you should.
People should send me more Sens jerseys. I have too
No.
many Ducks.
You're not a real fan. Like nobody's going to send you that because
I don't get upset when things happen.
nah, you're not a real fan.
I'm an emotionless. I'm an emotionless jerk.
That's a fake fan.
When it comes to sports.
That's a fake fan. If you're not ready to walk around and play in traffic after a playoff loss, you're a fake fan.
I could never. I just can't, man.
If you ain't grabbing the shotgun after a playoff loss, you're a fake fan.
Send me a Jays jersey. They're down now, so it'll be good later. Good God.
You guys can like send me like a Dallas Stars jersey and all this stuff. Like, I'm not gonna wear it, but you can.
We'll just get clothed.
Yeah. I'm just gonna I won't even give it to the kids. I'm not gonna put them in a Dallas Stars jersey. Are you kidding me? I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't do that to them because then like I gotta look at it and I want to watch them. Do that. And plus the kids have acknowledged the 2022 Stanley Cup champion Colorado Avalanche, and they've also acknowledged the 2025 NBA champion Oklahoma City Thunder. So yeah, I'm not gonna put them. Put them through that.
Somebody make me an NHL quilt.
My grandmother used to knit or crochet, I guess, like quilts, and she made one that was The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm sure my mom has them in the attic somewhere. It was just like it wasn't like pictures. It was just one was like Austin 316, the other one was just like The Rock. But it was very nice of her. My grandma used to. It's like an old people thing, like crocheting. I think. Right?
We still got back home in Ottawa where my mom is. My dad's mom made a quilt that like we still have, and like without getting too sad, when my dad was in his last days, he at the hospice he was staying at, he wanted that quilt because it was his mom's quilt, so we kept the quilt because it was a piece of homesick, and it was a beautiful, well constructed, well-made crocheted quilt by my grandmother. So yeah, no, that stuff that stays in the family, man. That's important stuff. So if you make an NHL quilt, send it to me and it'll stay in my family. I'll keep it.
Don't send anything to Joel, or you can send stuff to Joel, but send something that he's gonna like appreciate. He's not gonna appreciate any jerseys. He's a fake fan.
Screw you. Hey, how close were we? Danhausen said in an interview that he survived in that crate for 3 weeks with Slim Jim's portable charger and a bottle of water. We were there, buddy. We said it. That's how he survived.
Fair.
The only thing we added was a bucket because you got to do your business.
Well, he just kind of maybe he held it the whole time.
That's not good for anybody.
Well,
that's not good for your kidneys or your colon.
Well, he seems to work out okay.
I don't like that. It sounds bad. Was there anything else from SmackDown that we need to talk about? Jacob Fatu wins a match and a
lot of stuff kind of happened on SmackDown.
True, they did kind of do that, didn't they?
Yeah, Fatal Influence came up.
Shout out to JC Jane controlling that crowd. Knew exactly how to handle those boos, and the crowd following up with booing. Whew, I love that. She was a star on Friday.
It was great. Those boos feel a little piped in, though.
I don't care. At that point, they did a good enough job that I was like, "Let's go." She controlled it. She ran it. It was good.
It feels like they get turned. I don't want to say they're piped in. They get turned up, right?
Yes.
Like
yeah.
They get turned up a little bit, but obviously they're there because she's reacting to them. And if they weren't there, like she would have nothing to react to. No, I thought JC Jane looked great. Fatal Influence. I'm glad all of them came up and not just JC. So yeah, and then Ricky's coming up, Blake's coming up, and now I have no idea what NXT is supposed to be.
Keanu Carver and Evil. Come on. Maybe Thea Hale will finally get a chance.
I mean, I hope so.
Is he Dame? They clearly want her up and moving and doing stuff. There's some movement in NXT. Honestly, like if your developmental doesn't develop, then you're kind of going to be stagnant and a failure, which honestly, NXT is not always the most successful thing in the world when it comes to development, but there are opportunities now to have more NXT people kind of shoot up the ranks.
They're just going to build the whole thing around Kendall Gray, as they should.
Yeah,
honestly.
It should be Kendall Gray and Thea Hale should have matches of the year. Be fine with that. And of course, people pointing out the gingerbread Zayn. That, to me, it was very obvious from the get-go that it was.
Because nobody dances like that.
Yes, exactly. It was very funny, but very stupid. But it's also, again, is Sammy a babyface or a heel? Who is what in the story?
That felt like it was heel. Like,
what? But
he's getting booed.
Well, now he is, but like still, Trick came out and he's like we talked about on Friday, he closed off the open challenges, said I'm not doing that. That's fine. It was more one of those like, how is he going to do it? And I don't know. Lil Yachty's like, I'm sticking around, and everyone's like, oh, okay with that. But it's just a very strange but entertaining promo because again, they haven't solidified who's on what side of the ledger, and you can't do that just yet because the two characters are so not there. It's not like Punk and Reigns where you could pick your side. This time
I think the crowd has solidified who's on which side here. And I think Trick's the babyface and Sammy's the heel. Like the Mania match felt effectively like a double turn, and now the crowd they're booing Sammy and they're cheering for Trick, and they'll continue to play off that. Like Trick's not going to, I don't think he's going to fully just give up his confidence and his swag to be like, oh, clean cut kind of babyface, because that's not who he is. But the way that he acts, this isn't the greatest comparison in the world, but it's Steve Austin, right? Steve Austin didn't act like a babyface. Steve Austin did a lot of heelish things, but he got cheered for it because of the people he was feuding with. Well, Trick's going to do some heelish things, but he's going to get cheered because Sammy is a actual much bigger heel.
Okay, this is perfect.
I would love that.
Ryan saying Trick and Yachty versus Sammy in Knoxville. There's a Jackass movie coming out in June. And it's the last one. Yes, best and last. It's the final one Allegedly.
I've heard nothing about this.
Yes, there's a movie. 3 hours ago, they dropped the trailer.
Oh, can we watch this? Okay.
If you want, but yeah, so there is a Jackass movie coming June 26th.
All
and
right.
it's they're calling it the best and last. And Johnny's in. Obviously, Johnny is the head of this whole thing. If you can bring it back and one last time, and at the end of it, Knoxville turns on Sammy and joins with Trick and Yachty, and then he baby faces himself, and it's all about Jackass the movie. Like, let's go. That is perfectly synergistic.
Right.
I really wish I could tell you I was. It's because I saw Ryan's comment and I was like, what, is there another Jackass movie? I remember hearing about one. Darby's in it. So Darby Allin can come in and make an appearance in SummerSlam. I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna watch this trailer.
Hey, go ahead. You watch this.
Because I remember, it wasn't too long ago that the wife and I just watched like all of the Jackass movies. So like we're gonna watch this. I mean, right now it's just highlights from all of the older films.
Yes. But they've got. Yeah. But allegedly,
it's actual new stuff, right?
I think so.
Okay, it is. Yeah. There's a gray man Knoxville.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my God. Yeah. Looking at old Knoxville's crazy. Like, look at. I mean,
he's like 60 something. Oh Jesus.
Yes. I'm just kind of scrubbing through it. Oh my gosh.
Oh, they have a robot.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Oh man. So there you go. There's going to be a final Jackass movie.
Oh, there's Bam. Bam was in the trailer.
Yeah. Bam's supposed to be in this one too. Johnny gonna break a hip. That rules. But yes, there it is. You do Sammy and Knoxville against Yachty and Trick. That's it.
Oh, they're doing. Oh, never mind. This is from. Yeah, so they're showing some stuff from the old movies as well. So it looks like it's kind of
clips and a couple new ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, again, if it's it could be straight to DVD for
all. Oh my gosh, that looks terrible. They had like a
rocket,
a boxing wheel, and it was gonna punch him in the dick.
Nice. That's how you win wrestling matches, as shown on Collision this past week. Shout out to Ricochet. Hit a man in the dick, you get the win on your team.
A robot prostate exam. The robot's finger is like gigantic. Steve-O's just getting it shoved in his ass. Of course he is.
Ridiculous.
Okay. I mean, I'll watch this, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
The point is, it is an opportunity for WWE to bring back Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah, I mean, fair. I'm all for Knoxville returning. Like, Knoxville was great. So, yeah, I'm all for that.
If it happens, then you heard it here first. Thanks to Ryan Lambert with the assist and the idea. We did it. Right. Anything else from SmackDown? Right?
I don't think so.
Jade was not there. She had requested the week off.
Yeah.
Which is fine. She deserves it. Clap, 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 clap.
Yeah.
I don't think it's anything. Tiffany Stratton won the United States Women's Championship.
It was Tiffy time. Yeah.
It was, yeah. And then then they go to an extended break and segment and another break, and then they have Tiffany do a stage interview just so that she can walk by Fatal Influence. I mean, it was a very strange.
That's not what happened at all. But
who did she walk by?
Paige and the Bellas came out.
The Bellas,
Brie and Paige came out.
They did a whole thing just to have those two come out.
Yeah,
it was because Fatal Influence came out during the tag match. That's why. Yeah. Anyway, they did a whole thing just and like had her wait around just to bring her up to the ramp. Like,
yeah, it was weird that they did that whole thing just so Paige and Brie could walk by. But
that moment, ooh, what's gonna happen here? And it's like handshakes. All right, that was it. Oh, anyway, Tiffy time is back again. Yeah, I said Fatal Attraction because that's the name of the group now. They're no longer Fatal Influence. They are Fatal Attraction, like the 80s movie. I think that's really it from SmackDown. It was a busy show, but it was not a,
Again, it was background because I was working on other stuff, unfortunately. But yeah.
And again, Collision was a solid show. So if you want to go watch that, all you need to know is that a man hit another man in the dick and got the win in the main event. And that's how, once again, Ricochet beat Chris Jericho.
They're going to turn Will Ospreay into a weapon. That'll be very fun. I hope they like take Ospreay and they just like sling it, like Claudio should just like sling him around and like, hit and blade people. Yes. I feel like that'd be a great use of Will Ospreay. They were close to my idea, and it might still play out of, they're like, you can be the most dangerous wrestler, and something that professional wrestling has never seen, or you can be like everybody else. And I'm like, hey, he's going to watch Zack Sabre Jr. matches. He's going to be like the greatest like technical wrestler of all time. And that's how they're going to fix Will Ospreay. Like, quit doing these dumb spots, you idiot. Dude, grab a hold. We're getting close to it. I feel it.
He's going to come out and he's going to lead the Death Riders. He's going to kick
I don't know if he's going to lead the Death Riders.
Moxley's going to join the United Empire, and he's going to call it the United Death Empire. The United Death Riders. And then Moxley's going to rename that group the Will Union. I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
Where is this going?
It's not. That's the problem. Okay. But I like the segment. I do like the segment of them trying to, unlock his potential and try to turn him into a weapon.
The funniest part of this segment was Marina just like cracking his neck.
It was the most. Someone used to tell the stupid story of backstage. I think it was Harley would do it. Like Harley Race would be the one to take the neck and do the stupid chiropractic stuff. And every time I hear it, like my back and neck hurts. And when I saw her do it on the video, I was just like,
we were so close because someone suggested when I went on my Ospreay stuff of like how he's Superman and everything. And then I ended it with, but I love Fast and Furious. Someone was like, if Will Ospreay just cracked his neck and was like, well, daddy's got to go to work, you would love him. I was like, yes, I would actually. He'd be the greatest of all time to me. He should do that. We were so close here with Marina just cracking his neck. And then if Ospreay just goes, well, daddy's got to go to work. But I mean, maybe we'll get there.
It was Austin telling the story about Harley Race hurting his neck. And someone had to fix it. It's just gonna bug me now. But anyway, it's a whole thing. Don't let wrestlers fix you. They are good at being broken, and that's about it. Shout out Matt Hardy. This week on TNA, you'll see. Will I do a post show? Probably not, because the playoffs will once again preempt the show. Most likely, we'll find out.
Oh,
that's Thursday.
Yeah. Is it live on Thursday? No,
it's not live until May 14th, 15th.
Oh, okay, sure.
Day is that Thursday? Yeah, no, it's what I'm telling you. They have done away with the plus specials for now. It seems like they're done doing plus specials for TNA.
Good.
Which, like, I don't hate it. It just makes my life a little weirder covering the show. But yeah, it's just they brought back Lockdown. And that's their big new thing. Trying to do an extra pay-per-view a year, I guess. If this is their new money grabbing way, then sure, whatever. But yeah, anyway. And then the Collision was a good show, and like we said, the Ospreay stuff was fun. The fact that the sisters of Triangles of Madness of Sin beat Persephone, and
that was a great match.
That was a great match. I'm trying to remember who Persephone's tag team partner was. Oh my god, Alex Windsor, the New Japan Pro Wrestling Open champion. Yes, that was a really great match, and the finish didn't make the outcome so bad. It was a good finish, doing the mist into the finish. It was good. I liked it. It was a really fun match. Ryan asking if you should go to Lockdown. I mean, if you want to, you can get free tickets. Then you could sell them at a premium. Like, what? Listen, a premium is like $30 when you spent zero. So like, whatever. Anyway, Blue Toxic, they won the match.
Blue Toxic, okay, all right.
Don't know what else to call them. Blue Spider. That was the other one. Oh, yes. And Anthony Bowens has joined the Ops.
Sure.
Much to the chagrin of Hook, who seems to be wanting to turn babyface out of this. I don't know what's going on. It was very funny. Hook is like, we have enough people in the Ops. And Samoa Joe's just like, yes, welcome to the Ops.
I cannot pretend to care about this. I love Samoa Joe. I cannot pretend to care about this Ops stuff.
So
it's like, I like Anthony Bowens as well. It's just the Joe being gone part like kind of just hurt stuff. It's like all right. Hook's not the leader. I don't care what Hook is doing here. Hopefully with Bowens it injects a little bit of new life into it and it turns out okay, but they got to give me a little bit more on this, honestly. I can't otherwise.
And finally the FTR, they want an I Quit street fight.
Yeah, why like isn't just an I Quit match like already implied that like
no,
you
because
can kind of do this dumb shit?
Well, no, now the street fight implies that you can bring out toys and they're expected. Now we're just keep layering stipulations. I want them to make this like an I Quit street fight inferno Hell in a Cell death match. Like I just
no.
Going exploding ring death match. I Quit everything.
No, but it needs to be like a stipulation that like already overlaps though, because at least like Hell in a Cell is like different. Like I Quit, street fight, no DQ, no holds barred match.
They just want to fight in jeans. That's all it is. That's why it's a street fight.
Like that's where I'm going with it. Is like, and I Quit already implies that it's no DQ, no holds barred street fight. Yeah, but like we gotta really have it be a no holds barred. We gotta really hammer home that it's no holds barred, no DQ street fight. So we gotta make sure it is in the title of the match.
I Quit street fight 2 out of 3 falls hardcore match. But then you got to do 2 out of 3.
Two out of 3 quitters out here. Hardcore is a good stipulation though.
Yep.
I Quit, hardcore, no DQ, no holds barred.
I Quit on a
fight.
pole.
I Quit anywhere.
I Quit anywhere.
Street fight. Yeah.
This is a mystery wrestling match in the making.
It's all the same. It's just an I Quit match.
Perfect. They're all the same.
Oh, Jumping Jeff, I've made that complaint before. What was the match that like they actually went to the streets in the street fight and I was so happy? I think it started like in the streets and I was so happy that it like started back there. I was like, yes.
That's when they were doing theaters for a little bit and they were doing some of these matches. This is
it was an AEW match. Yeah, it started in the streets.
Yeah.
I was like, thank you. A street fight that actually starts in the streets. Thank you. I'm with you. Huge. I think all street fights should just start in the streets. Like, let's go.
Again, that particular area where Arthur Ashe and Louis Armstrong Stadium are, there is so much space to have fun. You just got to do it. You got to send them out there. Problem is, all those fans in the arena just be like, "What are we gonna do? You're gonna watch things."
Christian should turn heel and just like immediately quit and then hit Copeland. Like, I don't want to fucking team with you.
Yeah, right in the dick. Let's go.
That's what he should do.
That's exactly.
And there's just no match after that. just leaves. Then FTR can just beat up Cope.
Oh yes. Is there anything else from Collision that we should spotlight? That's Thursday, 6:00, 6:30.
Yeah, Cole's gonna be on the show this week. That's unfortunate.
Oh, that sounds terrible. Why would you do that?
I like Cole. Well, sometimes.
I'm glad he's coming back. I'm glad he's cleared to return. He's going to cash in that brass ring and win the GCW world title.
I don't know if he still has it. We're going to find out on Thursday.
I hope the brass rings both have to collide and Manders. Is Manders have the other one?
Yeah. Manders got it at spring break. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want both of them to fight for the winner of the brass ring, or you connect them together. They link rings and that gets them, I don't know, ownership of the company. They beat up Brett. That's how they win. That's how they get to own GCW.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Anyway. Monday Night Raws tonight?
That sucks.
Hold on, we had one more super chat from before I came. How's saying Katie's the biggest fraud alive?
True.
It's just to revisit that point.
Actual truth.
Yes.
Yeah, the Rockets finally won a playoff game and KD didn't play, so true. King Pate saying Adam Cole Jericho style street fight. That was good. That wasn't the match that started on the street. I didn't find the match, but it was May 19th, 2025. So
not May 19th.
Oh yeah. So what took place on the May? I'm pretty sure it was Dynamite.
It's probably a Derby match.
Derby probably sounds right. It was May 19th, 2025 though, if anybody wants to look it up. Sorry, March 19th. I'm dumb. I can't.
It was Mox and Cope.
Was that Mox and Cope?
Yes, it was.
Okay, well that started on the streets, so good on. That match was actually good because the pay-per-view match sucked, but that match was actually good.
Cope ambushed Mox as Mox was making his entrance from the alley. They brawled into a production truck. The brawl spilled into the arena. And
right.
This is coming from AEW's recap. There you go.
Right. Yeah, that match was actually good.
Yeah.
Well, see, Cope knows all about starting the matches on the streets then, so I appreciate him.
I've
always loved Cope.
Yeah, you and Cope are becoming closer than ever. It's kind of amazing watching this turnaround.
I don't mind him as a person. I think he's actually seems like a good person. Seems like somebody I get along with. For most of his wrestling career, I was a John Cena guy, so
I get it. Monday Night Raw is tonight. You can watch it on Netflix. They're in Laredo, Texas, at the Sames Auto Arena. Sames is what? Who knows? Becky Lynch will appear.
That's cool.
Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu will appear.
Yeah, I guess they're gonna announce the Backlash match, so that's something.
Fair. Penta versus Rusev. That's a match.
Sure.
It's not for the Intercontinental Championship, I guess.
Oh, Rusev might win then.
Good. Seth Rollins will open the show. He will say things about AAW.
He's going to call out Kyle Brandt. You guys see what I did on NFL Network? That little prick, Kyle Brandt.
It's going to be a match at Backlash.
Anyway, but it was all work. Yeah, Seth, we watched the show the next day.
There you go. Bailey and Lyra Valkyria take on Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez with Liv Morgan at ringside.
All right, that should be fun until it ends in a DQ.
And Lyra finally turns on Bailey, and it's time.
I don't think anybody's going to turn. I just think it's going to end in a DQ. I just assume every women's tag match is ending in a DQ. They've given me no reason to think otherwise.
So when Liv Morgan gets the DQ, out comes Stephanie Vaquera, and we're just back to that. And it's going to be a
that sounds
tag
right.
next week. Okay.
That sounds right.
Okay, just making sure. And finally, there's a time for concerts and a time for Joe.
You're so excited for this.
Joe Hendry is in concerts. Yes.
Joel, I'm going to officially invite you onto tomorrow's show to review the Joe Hendry concert. But that's the only thing you're there for tomorrow, is just to review the Joe Hendry concert.
That's 2 hours into your show.
Well, be around. You can pop in whenever you want. No, we started doing
No, you didn't. Don't give me that horse.
We did.
You guys immediately shot that shit down on Thursday.
Well, we didn't
the open when you were like, fuck Joel, and I was like, all right, I'm
true.
People are assholes.
But we didn't talk about basketball to open Thursday's show. We did say basketball at the end of the show. We just talked about other stuff. We will start the Raw review maybe a half hour in. I don't know what we're gonna talk about for the first half hour. But you'll be paying attention. Just come on the show and you get to review the Joe Hendry concert. But that's it. You don't get to talk about anything else on Raw. Just the Joe Hendry concert. There's a time for Joel reviewing Joe Hendry and a time for Joel to go away.
I don't want, it's my day off. Let me have my time off. Maybe I'll record it for you, cameo style.
You're not going to stay up that late. Don't pretend you are.
I'm doing the Raw post show tonight.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
That's right. Sean asked me to do the post show.
Oh, that sucks.
Thank you for reminding me. I am, in fact, doing the post show. So there you go.
All right, you got to be nice on the post show. You don't have to be nice on our show.
Not be nice at all.
Everyone bully Joel into coming on to the show tomorrow to review the Joe Hendry concert. Should I make that the new poll? This is the end of show poll here.
The end
Right.
of show poll.
There's the results from our first poll question. What the dog doing? Being let out, 4%. Sipping on gin and juice, 38%. Acknowledging his tribal chief, 4%. And solving mysteries with Sky Blue and Danhausen, 54%.
This is a good question. What if Raw ends in a DQ? Am I still invited on?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. No. Unless like the segment ends in a DQ, which I don't know.
I mean, it probably will end with someone getting hit in the face.
How that happens. Okay. So do you want, oh man, this could go badly. Do you want Joel to review Joe Hendry's concert tomorrow? All right. It's a yes or no question, everybody. Time for reviews and time for no Joel.
Fair.
Time for reviews, which is a yes. Time for no Joel, which is a no. All right, folks, you gotta vote quickly because we're about at the end of the show here. So there you go. Vote. I think Joel just immediately votes no. What a coward. It would be very funny if just no one votes in this poll.
Oh, you cowards, 50-50 in this.
All right, there we go. Joel, you got to listen to the audience, okay? All right, you have to listen to the audience here.
I don't want to be here.
You're only ever like, you can make the reviews as short as you want. It could be a 1-minute review if you want.
Do it while I'm on my phone walking
That's
around.
fine. Whatever you want to do. But I think
Winter Classic's moving back to December 31st.
the Avs are in that, right? They're playing
Utah.
Utah.
And Utah and Colorado.
Yeah.
So there you go. Now you have New Year's plans.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm probably always gonna.
Hey baby, instead of this party, we're gonna go watch the 2022 Stanley Cup champions, Colorado Avalanche.
Hopefully, the 2026 Stanley Cup champions by that point.
Fair. That would be a feather in your cap.
We're not going to no New Year's party. We have too many kids.
Well, I mean, listen, all those kids have to go to a New Year's party eventually.
Probably not. All right, Joel. What was your moment of the weekend?
Ricochet hit a man in the dick and got the win. That should be everybody's moment of the weekend. What else could it possibly be?
My moment of the weekend was Marina Shafir fixing Will Ospreay, and then Jon Moxley trying to fix Will Ospreay.
We're all trying to fix somebody.
True.
Oh, man.
All right, everybody get in, vote on this poll. It's close. It's close.
Why do people like me in this place?
They don't. They just want to see you review.
Be miserable. I get it.
Yeah, let's not pretend like this is because they like you. They just want to see you review this concert here. That's all.
That's fair.
What did we accomplish today, Joel?
I missed the first 20 minutes because my child slept in. And then we talked about people losing their jobs, and that sucks. And I don't want people to lose their jobs, but I do want them to find success when they're ready, whatever that is, in or out of wrestling. Wrestling is stupid, but once in a while we find ways to make it fun. And finally, Johnny Knoxville, I know you're out there, and I know you're watching. If you want perfect crossover synergy, you team up with Sami Zayn to take on Trick Williams and Lil Yachty. Where? I don't care. It's your movie to promote, but we can do it. We can do it right now.
I think the biggest thing we accomplished today is that please do not report anything until it is announced. Okay? Please be respectful.
Let me get to Twitch first so I can tell my fans that I'm randomly on Twitch just because. Just because. Very important.
All right, Joel. Looks like you're reviewing this concert tomorrow.
Son of a bitch. I'm reviewing it tonight, okay?
You have to review it tomorrow. Don't let our audience down.
I'll be around. It's fine. For those who want to watch me, I will be doing the Raw post show tonight. Who will I be doing it with? I was not told. So
everyone boycott the Raw post show.
Fair.
So it'll be the first time you hear Joel's concert review tomorrow.
No, watch the Raw post show because I need them to give money so that I can tell them about how great my job is.
No.
And how I need to keep my job.
No.
People. I don't know who I'm doing this. I would do it with Cresta, maybe. I don't know. Whoever Sean asked to do it with me. Normally Sean does it solo, so he knows that I do solo shows. Someone was asking, by the way, about TNA on AMC Plus and stuff. And my answer to you is I don't know. I watch it in Canada an hour early, so do whatever you want with TNA watching. whatever works for you. Don't watch the show. Just watch the post show. Watch me talk about it if you really care. It's better than watching TNA.
True. I'm not watching Raw tonight. The Thunder play at 9:30. I'll be watching that.
Totally fair. I'm going to be talking about Raw, so who knows? Is that it for this?
I think so.
All right. Well, I'm just going to do that for a second. Anyway.
That person really doesn't like you. It's very funny.
Either they know me and they think this is a bit, or they don't and they think they're being funny and they're just being weird.
It does get to a little point. Like, all right, it's funny the first time, but like that doesn't have to be like every comment you make. Like,
it's like, do I have to smack the phone out of your hand while you're trying to get in the way? Like, what are we doing here? Anyway, back tomorrow, Jeremy and SP3, and I guess I'm going to show up for a few minutes.
You have to
talk about the concert.
Do not let the people down.
Yeah, watch him play 4 chords on his guitar. And I think that's it. Is there anything else we want to plug? Get out of here.
Everybody keeps sending me stuff, like Micah, who sent me this very nice Colorado Avalanche Nathan McKinnon jersey. Are you okay?
I had a second. I wasn't laughing. I was about to cough and I tried to stifle it.
Okay. Don't send Joel anything. Please send me stuff.
I mean, why can't you send me stuff?
Nah. You're not appreciative like I am.
Man, you people suck. Anyway, everybody go have a good day. It's a beautiful day in Monday here in Toronto. So I hope everyone's week starts off well. For Jeremy Lambert, you know who I am. You know who he is because I just said his name. And the other guy appears tonight later on Raw. Ladies and gentlemen, friends beyond the binary, leave a thumbs up on the way out and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.